Damn. Not ready for the truth. That's right. We're about to be in trouble. I'm about to be anally probed. Oh my God. Don't touch me there. Get away from me. Oh my God! Hell yeah, let's get going. Like and share, everybody.
Why, hello, clean boys and dirty girls.
Welcome to the Sweats and Steve Show.
I checked out the show, the Sweats and Steve Show. Seems like you guys have fun on there. It's pretty cool.
Make sure you like, share, and subscribe
To Sweats and become a clean one today. Oh, oh, oh.
You like music?
I do a little better than you could. Rap a tap faster he would.
You like video games?
You need some milk. You need some milk. Oh my God!
I'm gonna punch you in the.
Oh God, run!
Podcast? I got podcasts? I got podcasts right here.
The Sweats and Steve Show.
No, it's real, dude. They're literally jacked.
No!
It's pretty cool.
My name is Sweats, and I'm on the journey to 1,000 subscribers, and I need you to get there. But the question is, you clean enough?
Keep it clean.
I'm Sweats.
And I'm Steve.
I used to be an average, ordinary guy. So one day a pair of magical glasses fell from the heavens and gave me the powers and rhythms of an electronic future. Now with my glasses and my cousin Steve,
I just like to be on the internet.
we're ushering in the future electronic.
Sweats.
Steve, this is the Sweats and Steve Show.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sweats and Steve Show. You better fucking hurry up, man, because I'm getting fucking pulled away in the goddamn portal right now. But it's okay. I got my conspiracy, my aluminum foil hat on right now.
Brought it back.
I brought it back. The people demanded it, and I don't know if you heard, but someone was trying to alien probe me in the back while I was trying to get ready for the show. I'm like, hey, man. Get away from me, bud.
Don't touch me there.
Don't touch me there.
Yeah.
But hello, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Sweats and Steve Show, episode number 27. Is it? Welcome everybody. We have a great show for you today. Steve, would you like to introduce our special guest for today's show?
I will. So to everyone out there, you guys all know that I work at a Roadkill and Jerky Emporium.
That's right.
I was in the break room the other day, and my assistant manager came in. So I'm the stock boy of the Roadkill and Jerky Emporium, and my assistant manager came in, and she started talking to me about some UFO that American Airlines saw on February 25th, and I was just like, I really don't want to be rude, but please, I'm eating my cheese sandwich. Can you please not talk to me about this? And she went off on it, and she was showing me videos. She talked about how she wants to talk about aliens on a podcast, and I said, I can actually help you out with that. So I showed her the Sweats and Steve show. Before I could even ask her to, she subscribed, very much like how you should.
Hell yeah.
And, she said, I would love to come on the show. And I said, all right, cool. Let's make that happen. So without further ado, I think let's turn it over to Tori Saylor, good friend of mine.
Hey, everyone.
There you go. I want to clap for our guests now and make them feel extra special, Steve.
You want me to clap too?
Yeah, I do want you to clap. There you go.
All right, I'll clap. I can do that.
My feet too. I don't know how that's going to work out. They're actually kind of sweaty right now.
I'm not interested in that.
But yes, Tori, please introduce yourself.
Hey, everyone. I'm Tori. I work with Steve as his manager, which is pretty great. He's pretty bad at putting stuff on the shelves, though, so got a lot of work to do in his career development. But otherwise, I am an alien enthusiast, I would say, on the weekends or anytime I drink, apparently. And I let stuff out that I probably shouldn't, but then it's also nice because everyone gets to see how my mind works. So if you ever see me on the street and I'm staring, just know I'm probably not thinking about you, but I'm thinking about aliens or conspiracy theories. So that's how my brain works.
That's wonderful. And so how did you have you always been fascinated in this subject, or was it just something that you kind of gradually picked up, or did you have a extraterrestrial or extra I know paranormal is really the word I'm looking for, but if you have an experience before that kind of led to you kind of being intrigued by this certain field?
Unfortunately, I have not. That would be awesome. Definitely life goal would be to be picked up by aliens. I can tell you about that later, though. Like, what would you do in those scenarios? Because I've thought about that a lot. But I think it's definitely grown. I've always liked aliens. My dad's very into Sasquatch and Yetis. So always grew up a firm believer. And then definitely just got a lot stronger as COVID went on. I probably became crazier and crazier. And now I have all of my own conspiracy theories that I can hopefully convince you guys of today.
Are they
We'll see, though.
ones? Are they original ones, or are they kind of like, or is there kind of like a
No, it's definitely like I took from a lot of people. Yeah, it's not super original, but also I feel like to come up with a lot of these, you probably have to take a lot of drugs, and I don't necessarily do that. So I am not a creator yet. I'm just a gatherer, and I'm stitching them all together to create one big one.
Do you have like in the back or something? Do you have like one of those boards, and you're just kind of had like the little pins, just kind of like going there and there, trying to connect the dots? Is that what you have going on?
I think I don't have that right now, but I probably should. But I'm a little nervous that if I did that, I would see that I don't know what I'm talking about.
Hold on. There is a super chat in the chat right now that I think we need to get to. I don't know if you see Elon Musk is in the chat. Let me let's just leave that up there for a minute, because I think Tori is going to get into that in a little bit. Elon, we'll open it for you a little later. This is not our first alien show here, Tori. This is our second alien show.
That's right.
So we brought back Sweats is bringing back the what is that? The tinfoil hat.
Yeah, my tinfoil hat from the planet Ninu. I'm doing all right in my world. Okay, but I'm a little bit concerned, Steve. You don't have one, and definitely I'm a little sus of you, Tori, because you don't have your your tinfoil hat. That's a little concerning.
Yeah. I know. I've just accepted it, though. I've accepted
unless
that.
Unless it's bunk science, and this is actually pointless.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I've got a lot into radiation and all of that stuff too, but a lot of my chemical engineering friends told me that I was crazy. That's why you're an assistant manager. And I was like, okay, fine.
Yeah, you didn't have to be so brutal, but
but yeah, otherwise I would be a total tin hat person. So I feel that.
Let's get some shout outs going in the chat. Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. We're going to go more in depth into everything extraterrestrial and whatnot. But let's get you guys shouted out to the Clean Nation out there. We got Designer Grant. Beef Gang's in the house. What's going on, Grant? You bad mother. We also have Lord Nemesis. Hail to Lord Nemesis. We also have Willie Beeman. What's up, Willie Beeman? Who else? Zanish, the one and only from Sin City. How you doing, Zanish? We have Cape Cod. What's going on, Cape Cod? Haven't seen you here in a while, man. Good to see you again, man. Absolutely. We got my brother Matt. What's going on, Matt? Swing away, Meryl. Swing away. Oh yeah. Let's see who else we got in here. We got Markel Borland. Hello, Markel. How you doing, sir? Welcome to the stream. We have Mickey's in the chat, just clapping for you. Tori from earlier, and Jake claps for you as well. There you go.
Woo!
Okay, and we actually, Grant actually has a question, right? And of course, we have Elon Musk.
Yeah, I can't. Super
Which
chat.
I don't know. For a lot of these guys, we also had Tom Cruise here on the show, but apparently they're too chicken to respond to us on Twitter, so they just show up. They just bum rush us on the stream, just like. Man, a little bit of preparation would have fucking helped. Elon.
I know. We could get you in here, Elon. I'd love to talk to you.
But shout out to you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget, if you could, make sure to like and share this out. We actually have a question from Grant, but Steve, I want to kick it over to you because I know you had some questions for Tori as well.
Yeah. So, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, how should we take this? This is a pretty big and broad when we're talking about cholesterol and everything. Does everything kind of work together? It like does like you know how I mentioned before, like you having the board and like picking the strings to this and that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever do things from your theories, from your perspective? Are things like that? Is there interconnected? What do the Egyptians know about things and shit like that?
I think the Egyptians are probably crazy, but also they just didn't know how to talk about some of this stuff. They definitely, most of them connect, and I definitely cherry pick the ones that I think connect with the others to dive into it. But the really crazy thing is that I have like my top conspiracy theories or like my top ideas about aliens and all of that. I have a lot of questions I ask, and then I'll probably just overwrite those questions with my actual opinions to people. And then I have some crazy theories that I only ever get to every now and then when I've had so many thoughts about it. But I often forget about them, so I just make it up again. And then it's like, oh, I missed that the first time I came up with that theory.
All right.
So we'll see where I end up tonight.
So I did a lot of research for this topic. And I came across 4 separate theories. So I'd like if you told me and the rest of the audience which one you believe, or if there are more that I haven't found. Number 1, aliens are dead. Number 2, aliens are hiding. Number 3, aliens are still evolving. That's a hard word for me to say. And then number 4, aliens are already here. Okay.
Well, I think it's definitely not the first one. Because if aliens were dead, that would just ruin everything. That'd be so sad. Actually, I would say probably 3. I think to the second point, aliens are hiding. Yes, to some extent. But my overall theory is that aliens have evolved to a certain level that humans or Homo sapiens have not evolved to. So they are not hiding, but they are way smarter than us. So they are just not making contact with us. And they only appear when they decide to appear in those certain scenarios. As for aliens are still evolving, it's exactly to that point, though, that the same way that as sapiens or Homo sapiens, we are still evolving in our capabilities, like Elon Musk and how he's trying to turn us maybe into AI a little bit and put inserts into our brain. Like that would be us evolving out of the Homo sapien into another species altogether. The same way that aliens could eventually or could possibly be us in like 1 million years, and then they would continue to evolve past that as well. So everything's always evolving. And then our aliens are, go ahead.
I think, I guess when I hear that aliens are smarter than us, I just think to myself, like, why do they have to be smarter than us? Why can't we be the smart ones? And why can't it be us who are going and eventually find the aliens? Why is it they're always coming to us? It just seems a little insecure from the perspective of like, well, they're smarter than us. And it's like, we got some pretty smart people here. Albert Einstein, I mean, I'm not sold on Elon Musk. I know you're in the chat, Elon Musk. You can come in a little later. but some of these other guys, I think, Enrico Fermi, he was pretty smart.
I don't know who that is.
Mm.
But
well, I think we could say, just real quick, I think we could say who the we have a lot of smart people, but we have a lot of also muscular people as well. I have to be sure to throw that in there real quick. But go ahead, Tori. What's your response to that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good point, and that's a lot of people would say, especially if they don't believe in aliens. But I also think that that's the biggest downfall of Homo sapiens is that we're so self-conceited, and we just think that we are the best thing to ever exist. That it's a lot more likely something else is out there in the massive universe that we have, and maybe multiple universes. That's definitely smarter than we are, and it's just like, no, I'm not going to go talk to them yet because they're all stupid idiots. The same way that we would look at like a anthill and be like, oh, let's just step on it. That's probably what we're like.
Yeah, I think aliens are evolving because technically if you did put ants on another planet, then that would technically be a form of aliens. I just don't know. I don't know how. I mean, the another thing that I had seen, I don't remember who it was, but it was what's his name? Neil deGrasse Tyson. Yeah. He was saying like aliens probably exist because if you determine how common our ingredients that have made us humans, it's pretty common in other worlds and other galaxies and whatnot. So to think that we're the only ones out there, I think is kind of he said was kind of narcissistic. Yeah. But then at the same time, I also I'm not going to let my mind run away with me and think like this romantic idea of, aliens being the superior race to me. I wish an alien would come around here. I'll tell him what's up.
Yeah, get him on the fucking What's His Steve show while you're at it. We need the views to go up.
I really hope that if aliens are watching, one, they subscribe. And two, that, I hope that they use this podcast to broadcast to aliens and other galaxies. That's the goal for this show. And it's only going to happen if you like, share, and subscribe.
That's right. We have 22 viewers currently at the moment. Our record is 31. Can we make sure to get the likes and shares out? And let's see if we can beat this record. And I think this would be a good episode to actually beat the record because a lot of talk going on in the chat. But Tuma says aliens are real. They coming. Tori, are they really coming?
I think they're here.
Oh, you think they're here?
They're definitely here. Or they know of us. They just decide when they want to come and where they want to go.
Okay. Break that down. Why should I hold on a second. Why should I believe you?
Oh, how could you not believe me? But I don't know. I guess, have you guys ever looked at trees and been like, well, that thing is living, but is it possibly an alien?
No, I've never thought that. There's a tree about 15 feet away from me in that area right over there. I have never thought that. I didn't hear that. Listen, can I just get the full screen for a second?
Sure, you can.
To everyone out there, last show I gave you Norman. This show I'm giving you Tori. Some of this stuff, Tori is a good friend of mine. I really appreciate her friendship and whatnot. She's kind of out there with some of this stuff. I can't wait for some of this stuff to come out, man. Wait till you hear what she has to say about Sasquatch, Elon Musk. It's going to be quite the treat for our viewers. So,
yeah. Do you want to go back to the questions that you're asking, Steve? Before
we start going there. Let's qualify Tori as a guest, right? Let's make sure that we're doing that. So, yes. Tori, when did all of this start? When, in the backstage, you were talking to us about your father. He's an enthusiast as well. When did all these alien thoughts start? Are you walking around solo with your alien thoughts, or do you participate in social groups who also believe in aliens?
Wow, that is a heavy question. Okay, Let's backtrack a little bit. So, my dad is, I would say, a Sasquatch believer and a Yeti believer. Definitely grew up believing in all of that because why would you not? It's just silly not to. It's David.
Let's get some D's in the chat. Let's get some D's in the chat for David.
D's in the chat for David. All right, continue, Tori.
grew up like that. In high school, we had to go, or he treated us to like a vacation when we graduated high school. And for mine, we were heavily contemplating flying out to see the Loch Ness Monster. And that was going to be my whole trip, was just a week of Loch Ness Monster hunting. So to say that I believe in that whole world is very believable. And then I probably didn't think about it that much in high school, just like those things. And then when I got to Chicago, I moved here not that long ago. My friends in Chicago are amazing, but they're also probably a little weird. And we started having conversations like, well, what would happen if aliens came and picked you up? Would you go with them? Would you not? And then they've just started to provoke all of these thoughts in my head. And then the best thing about my friends is when we get going, they just ask questions and they let my mind run. And then I've basically sold myself on aliens and everything else in the last year and a half. So, yeah. And then what were your other questions, Steve? That was, you asked how it started.
So then are you walking around solo with your alien thoughts, or do you participate in social groups who also believe in aliens?
Social groups, not specifically. There's this app that I just heard about called Clubhouse, where you can just like drop into a chat and it's like an audio form of social media. Unfortunately, I have an Android, so I can't get it yet, but there's like alien groups out there. So that would be me branching out. Right now, though, it's just my close friends who are willing to hear me talk hours and hours about aliens. And they provoke me. And you, yeah.
And everyone who's on the Sweats and Steve show
that's
right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
It cheers, absolutely.
Yeah, so you guys are just feeding my addiction, so I appreciate that.
Of course.
Let's see. We got D's here in the chat. Kathy drops a D. Steve dropped a D. My sister Mickey dropped a D. Dang,
That's for your dad.
D's.
So when he watches it back, let him know that he's a friend of the show.
I will. Also, I'm pretty sure my mom subscribed and is on, so.
Love it. What's your mom's name?
Laura. You can call her crazy, though.
Let's get some L's. Let's get some L's in the chat for Laura.
Yeah,
we love parents here on Sweats.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, Laura, if you're in the chat, shout yourself out. We got some L's in the chat for you.
All right.
She probably has a fake YouTube account, though, so just be prepared for that.
Maybe she's Elon Musk.
Yeah.
All right. So then I guess the next thing that I want to ask is, let's say aliens come down and turn out to be real. Let's say that Steve is wrong and aliens are more advanced and all that. Let's say that happens. What's your first move? What message would you want to send and why?
At that point, it's like you don't even say "I told you so." You're just like bask in the glory of it, right? You're just like, I'm gonna see how this unfolds. Would I be a doomsday prepper just in case they're evil aliens? Maybe. Yeah, I would probably move back to New Hampshire and hide at my parents' house for a long time. Because I don't think of myself as probably the smartest person that they would be like, we must get to you to make contact. No, they would just come to me and be like, yeah, everyone thinks you're crazy, but you're right. And then they would move on.
Well, if you were living in New Hampshire, I mean, New Hampshire is New Hampshire, so that's a pretty good hiding spot, if you ask me. It's not like Chicago.
Yeah, no, it's way better. Because, I mean, Chicago looks like it should be invaded by aliens.
Yeah, like blown up and whatnot. But New Hampshire, it just looks like a New Hampshire looks like a fucking cow pasture. I don't know. High above. I don't know. That's just me.
I strongly suggest that we stop talking about terrorism in Chicago for the remainder of the show, please.
It's not me, it's the fucking aliens, goddammit. What kind of weapons do they got? Do they have the ultimate death ray? Do they have the death ray?
I don't think so.
No,
I don't even think that they like exist in a human form though, or like a body form. I would say that they're probably more like possibly an essence, or they send like probes to Earth. They wouldn't be so stupid to just like walk up and be like, hey, we're aliens.
What if they're like a gelatinous form? What if they're
That'd be awesome. Like a flubber?
Kind of, yeah. What if they're more like a fungal creature?
Fungal creature?
Probably. But like that's the thing, right? Like how do we have our opinion of like trees and fungus, but who are we to say those aren't aliens in the first place? We could be wrong. People thought Earth was flat for so long.
The one thing that someone, I think someone, Tori, I was telling you this in the back room, the one thing that I think someone can talk me into is that octopus are alien forms. That's something that I think people could talk me into. But in terms of like like Mars attacks. Like, I'm sorry, I just don't think Mars attacks is going to happen. I you know that, like, I can't envision.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't think we will ever see something in our lifetime like that. That'd be freaking awesome if we did, though. I would just die a happy person.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine the news story? Like, you're watching Judge Judy or whatever. That's what I typically watch. And then all of a sudden, it's just like breaking news: aliens invade, and they just come down. You're just like, all right, I guess this is happening. We heard it first on Sweats and Steve, thanks to Tori.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. But this is probably going to be viral, and then they'll be like, "This crazy lady," and then it'll actually happen, and then everyone's going to forget about it, and then they'll recirculate it and be like, "20 years ago, this woman said this. What is she doing today?" And it's like me locked in a cell somewhere.
I really hope that's not the case.
We have a question here from Jake. Jake says, considering we don't understand consciousness, have you ever considered that our soul is amorphous, being that occupies perceiving physical vessels, that we're all aliens? Question mark. Like spirit possession.
The one thing Tori, I really don't want to answer for you. The one thing that I will tell everyone is that when we pull that pin and throw that Tori alien bomb out there, that thing's going off. So your questions will probably be answered in one way or another. I got a briefing of this in comparison to like how Sasquatch is implanted. So if we find Sasquatch, aliens come down. You know, Elon Musk is a alien that is what I don't know the right word, but like he's
they threw him off of wherever they were because he was stupid. Yeah, he fucked up.
They were
basically.
like, "No, you're dumb. Get out of here!" And like that's coming. I really promise. But let's get you. Maybe I'll just I'll skip a.
We can save that one because that one will open a whole can of worms.
Yeah. Why? I'm actually going to skip past my Area 51 questions. I think the chat's ready for you. So, in your mind, Tori, what do you imagine alien life looks like?
So I've thought about this one a lot. There's a couple sources, I would say loosely, but also trust a lot, about what they've seen in aliens. And it's just hard for me because I don't necessarily, when I think about them, picture them how you would in movies as like these little green guys that walk around. But I don't know if you guys know who Bob Lazar is.
I don't.
Okay,
either.
so he used to work, and now I'm going to forget it, Area S or Area something. It wasn't Area 51, but it was like a subset of Area 51. And he worked on the propulsion systems for UFOs. So he claims, and I believe, and now this is where I should have fact checked myself before, but now I'm just going to go off and we can fact check myself after. But he used to work for this piece of the government. And he basically came out, and I want to say it was in the 70s, and said, "Look, I used to work for this part of the government. It was extremely confidential. My job for them was to look at propulsion systems on spacecrafts or UFOs, and we were in this remote area, etc." Long story short, because we can get into Bob Lazar after, but he talks about the one time he thinks that he saw an extraterrestrial life form, and he was walking across the building where there was all these hangars, and he saw some object sitting in a chair that basically would look like what you would expect of an alien, almost like the bigger head and like little body. But I think he said it was gray, and it was no bigger than a child size, but it looked like he was strapped to the chair and being interrogated or questioned. But basically this facility that he was working at had all of these UFOs. So from what he had experienced working on the UFOs, from him seeing that there were multiple UFOs, he assumed that this was an alien. The thing for me, though, is that I don't necessarily see aliens like that. I could see them as just like evolving into like the spirit type of mist type thing, but that just sounds crazy. So I really don't know, but it's one of those things where like you have a vision of Disney in your head when you're a little kid. And I have like this very mystical creature in my head that I don't think I could explain, and I would want to see in person, and that'd be like me going to Disney World.
Is this
Yeah,
the
Bob.
one you're talking about?
Yeah, that's Bob Lazar.
Yeah.
He kind of looks like an alien.
Yeah.
Go to him when he's younger, though, because that's him older. But if you look at like Bob Lazar when he was working there.
Oh, what a stud.
Yeah.
He totally looks like one of those 70s guys, man. The big letter.
This looks like probably the sanest individual I've ever seen in my entire goddamn life, if I do say so myself.
All right.
He is a freaking genius, though. You should. So Joe Rogan. So the whole conversation I started with Steve and how I landed here is that I think I'm pretty similar to Joe Rogan in just the sense that I love talking about aliens. And everyone he interviews, he's always like, "So what do you think about aliens?" Even if they're talking about cereal, he's like, "Oh, that's a good breakfast. What about aliens?" But he interviews Bob Lazar, and then you can listen to interviews after where he interviews like George Knapp and stuff. And he talks about the interview with Bob Lazar, which is super interesting. But if you haven't looked him up or watched any documentaries on him, you definitely should.
So just so I can put everyone in my shoes for a second, imagine you're working at the Roadkill and Jerky Emporium and you got some possum jerky that just came in and you have to stock the shelves. And all of a sudden, possum jerky in one hand, cleaning solution in the other, and all of a sudden your assistant manager comes up to you and says, "What do you think about aliens?" That's kind of what that day was like for me. Not that I expect anyone to feel sorry for me.
Hey, we could have had a worse conversation.
That's true. All right. So you know what? I think it's time for me to stop qualifying you. The chat seems sold on you as a conspiracy theorist, Tori. So now I'm just gonna let that pin go, and I'm gonna tell everyone I warned you about this. Give it to us. Aliens judging humanity, and why Elon Musk is a live version of Steven Spielberg's classic movie E.T.
Oh, can you say that one again? I don't know if I was even ready for that.
Yeah, no. Basically, I'm just telling you, go ahead and give us your stuff. Yep.
Whew, I don't know if I have like the whole stream of thoughts. My boyfriend, he was like, "You need to think this through because if they let you go, you're gonna be like a bat out of hell, and it's gonna be crazy." And I was like, "Yeah, I'll think it through." And here we are. So
look, we're 27 episodes in, so we can rein you back. I promise.
Okay, perfect. All right, so what could you guys want to know about aliens? So basically, this mostly started too because listening to the Bob Lazar documentary. He talks about how he worked at this area that I'm completely blanking on the name for. But he did propulsion systems. So the government sectioned everyone off. They had all of these UFOs. They sectioned the UFOs off in hangars. And each person was split into a team of 2. And they studied a specific part of the UFO. And they were not allowed to talk to other people in this government facility. Which is interesting, right? Because in a scientific research sense, you want as much collaboration so you can learn and build from each other. But because the UFOs were deemed so confidential, they were not allowed to talk to each other. And then the government also had apparently like tapped his phones and they were watching everyone because obviously the government has never really admitted until this year, I would say, or last year, that UFOs and aliens and all that stuff, that they're aware of it. They've always just denied. So he came out, or I guess his wife, I think, was cheating on him or something happened. And the government was tapped into his phones and they were like, okay, we're going to need to let this guy go because if it comes out that his wife's cheating on him, we don't know what he's going to do. Maybe he'll go crazy and he'll start telling stuff. So they started covering up way early. And he had an idea this was coming. So he brought a bunch of his friends out to a site where he knew that they were going to be doing some watching and had them observe like part of this super confidential area in Nevada as well. And then the government basically cut ties with him after that. And it was like, no, you really messed up. Like you were not supposed to bring people there and all of this stuff. But the craziest part is that the government went so far as to erase him as a person. So basically they discredited everything back to like him being bored, I'm pretty sure. Like, where did he go to college? Like all of that stuff was discredited. They got rid of his diplomas. Like they wiped everything off. So what you had was this amazing thing in the 80s that was somebody saying the government has contact with aliens. They know a lot about UFOs, etc. And then on the other hand, you go to do the background research like people actually used to do in the 80s and not today. And in the 80s, and they were like, well, this guy doesn't even have background, like who even knows he went to get a degree, etc. So they basically just discredited him and cut him out from under, which is super interesting. So that's how it provoked all the alien things. But if you haven't seen anything on Bob Lazar or listened to him, I would definitely go recommend it. I don't know how you could not be convinced after listening to this guy.
I think the thing that discredits him for me, looking at this picture that we see right in front of us, is that he is kind of a psychopath, and let me tell you why. I'm a really good judge of character. I don't know if everybody knows that. I'm a very good judge of character. And the one thing I don't like about this guy is the fact that he doesn't hold the chalk with his bare hands. He holds it with a chalk holder. I just don't know that I can take anyone as serious if they're too scared to touch chalk like that. That's where I have an issue. That's where I draw the line.
We have a question from Dark Gift Comics. He says, wasn't he part of a group where different departments worked on different things, but each department had no clue what the other was doing?
Yeah, exactly. So he only worked on propulsion systems. So that's like what makes the UFO move around and what propulses it, I guess, to go one way or the other. Because for us, right, we have engines that pushes backwards to make you go forward, but he was studying how these things could go all around and spin at different angles if it doesn't have that opposite forces, I guess, or one pushing the other way and one the other way. So he worked with one person specifically on propulsion systems, but they were not allowed to talk to anyone else working on like the materials or the design or anything like that. So it really delayed your progress in the scientific research because you can't allow for that collaboration. But I think that's just what happens with some of these super confidential projects.
I just don't know that the government would invest that much money into a program and then be like, no, you're not allowed to talk to anyone. You don't even look at anyone. You know what I mean? Like, you know what, Bob? You don't look at anyone. How dare you even think that you can talk about the materials? I just don't know that it's an efficient. I just like to think that the government's going to have my best interest at heart with the finances that they have. Call me naive.
How much did you pay in taxes last year?
I don't get paid very well at the Roadkill and Emporium, so
yeah, that's fair.
Dark Gift also says, yeah, I remember this guy. If anyone was going to have me convinced, it'd be him. I actually want to pull up a video of this guy just to see kind of like his mannerisms. Let's see.
I think if you do that,
the Joe Rogan interview.
No, because who knows what Joe's gonna say. That's
I like
only
that
if
she
you have
calls
like
him
4
Joe.
hours.
I like the fact that she calls him Joe as if it's like the guy up the street. Oh, Joe. You know what I mean?
In reality, I only listen to his ones where my boyfriend pre-screens it for me and then sends it to me. He's like, here, he talks about aliens in this one. And I'm like, all right, I'm on it. What minute did he start talking about aliens?
Does that ever turn into a fight? Does that ever, like, you didn't tell me the minute that he started talking about aliens? I need to know the minute.
He's normally like, you can get other stuff out of this too, but I'm going to provoke you to listen to it by telling you there's aliens in it. Anything with Jeremy Corbell, because Jeremy Corbell is the guy that reported on him in the latest documentary and has kind of been like helping his voice, but the guy's also a little crazy.
Can you showcase a couple comments out there, Sweats? Can you showcase Joel Feeney? Joel Feeney's in the chat. Don't know if he's still here. What's going on, Joe? And then I think Cape Cod had another comment out there. What's going on, Cape Cod? I think that's Johnny Hartopoulos. Tori. He's the cashier.
Oh, nice.
He's the cashier at the.
They're coming. I mean, they're among us. They're among us. Well, that's what you were saying, Tori, weren't they? They're among us.
Yeah.
So what? Are you telling me that there's some aliens out there that are hopping around in some skin suits? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, maybe. Haven't you ever seen those weird people on the street and you're like, how are you real?
I've
seen yeah, you know what? I have seen a bunch of weird.
Have you been to Walmart before? That is where all aliens go.
yeah.
Should we start our own website called Aliens of Walmart? Because you know how they have the people of Walmart? We'll make our own Aliens of Walmart.
There's an idea. There's an idea.
That's the most truth. Like that's the most like eye-opening like truth thing that you said this entire stream.
Because let's be real though, if you were an alien and you landed on Earth and you wanted to blend in, where would you go? You go to Walmart, you'd buy a wolf t-shirt and some jeans, and you'd be fine.
So you're kind of saying that like Men in Black has some truth to it.
I mean, first of all, pugs will never be the same for me after that movie. Every now and then I look at a bug and I'm like, what if you did get really big? You would be creepy. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say, but I just think that as humans, right, we're so set in the certain ways that we think, and then we inherit some of these ideas as we grow up, right? Because you go to school, you learn them, and then you pass them on to your kids. But what if we've been looking at it wrong the whole time, right? And what if we've been saying like, oh, that thing, just cut it down, blah, blah, and we're actually cutting down like a life form that came from somewhere way else, and we had no idea because we've just been so set on our ways. I don't think you can rule it out.
Grant has.
I think I could rule that one out, Tori. Listen. You could talk to me about octopus, squids. You could talk to me about other things, but trees being aliens. I don't know about that one.
I'll think of a couple others. That's definitely the latest one because it's like it's probably because I just spend so much time in Colorado and aspen out there. Like if you cut an aspen tree or the limbs come off, it leaves this thing that looks just like an eye. So unless it's Illuminati, I don't know what else it would be.
Lord Nemesis says technically a rock can be an alien according to Disney Star Wars. We probably already met one and didn't even know it. Do you think rocks are aliens, Tori? Can you say that? Confirm or deny?
No, if anything, they're like little trolls, right? And they roll around at night and then they pop up as trolls.
What the fuck?
I'm just kidding. What movie is that from? Frozen? It's from one of those movies. Oh, it's the movie Trolls, probably. I'm just kidding. No, I don't know if I think aliens are rocks.
Grant asked, have you ever taken DMT?
No, I have not, but who knows what would happen if I did.
He says, I could talk forever about that. I have taken it and would love to see your idea on DMT. That's right.
Okay.
No, we're not gonna do that. Grant, thank you for subscribing. We're not going to ask our guests. We're not going to ask our special guest features if they can take drugs and then come on the podcast. That is not what we do here on the Sweats and Steve show. Okay. Speaking of which, look at this thing right here.
That's right. Hold on.
Look at these guys. Look at these guys.
Up in the quality, ladies and gentlemen. There you go.
Up in the quality, you know. We have. Tori, I'm gonna give you a quick little break here.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Make sure that you hydrate. Very important on these things. Otherwise, if you watch some of the earlier streams, Sweats and I are not drinking water, and we get all loopy towards the end. So make sure that
you're in a Santa suit, losing my mind from the heat of this Santa Claus beard, and
it gets to be tired sometimes. Make sure that you hydrate.
Oh hell yeah! Here you go. Hell yeah!
Humans cannot even live in harmony amongst our own species. And somehow we convince ourselves that meeting an extraterrestrial species would go smoothly.
Damn. So there's no hope for us. Is that what you're saying, Steve?
That's right. I mean, what do they think? Look, Republicans and Democrats, they can't even get together and be like, yeah, let's give people more money. You know what I mean? It's got to be very picky. It's got to be very picky.
So we're all gonna go to New Hampshire. We're gonna go to New Hampshire. We're gonna get in the fucking. We're all gonna crawl into Tori's bunker. We're all gonna get into Tori's bunker, because there's no hope for. There's no hope. If Steve doesn't believe in humanity. Well, shit, I don't know if I can believe in humanity to myself.
I don't know.
I'm a little you fucked me up, Steven. You fucked me up. I mean, I have been called many things. I have been called America's last hope hero, but knowing that you feel that way, Steve, I don't know.
I don't know, man. I just think if aliens come down, it'd be pandemonium. I mean, we had a pandemic and everyone was stealing toilet paper. What do you think would happen if aliens came down? This world would go bonkers. We're not ready for that. We're not ready for that. You know what I mean?
The government actually admitted during the pandemic that they do have extraterrestrial things. Right? They came out and admitted that. But they did it during the pandemic because they were like, haha, let's do it now. So I think we're so self-conscious. Everyone would be like, we would just argue about it for years. Like, is Trump actually going to not be our president anymore? People are still arguing about that. So even if aliens came down, everyone would be like, oh, that's fake news. And you'd be like, actually, it's right there. And they'd be like, nah, you made that up.
Well, like that's interesting because I mean, I edit videos very amateurly. I'm not like a Hollywood type special effects type person.
You're getting good.
I'm pretty decent, but like some of the things that you could do with like video and technology and stuff like that. I think we should talk about that at some point in the future. Steve, we can talk about deep fakes.
Okay.
Deep fakes and kind of like there's this one term of faces of people that don't really exist, that are all computer generated and shit like that.
Yep.
Like a lot of interesting stuff to do with that, but let's see what's going on in your chat. We have Fox Mulder says, yeah, we're going to have to shut this down because you guys know too much. Head toward the hills. Damn, Fox. Okay, what else do you have to say?
I feel like that's
they're already here, been here since before you were developed as a sperm. Really?
Let's not talk about sperm. There's a couple things I don't want to talk about.
Were you there, Fox? How long have you been here, Fox?
That's the guy from Fox Mulder. That's the guy from what's the TV show on with Scully, Mulder and Scully. What was that show? That's who this person is.
Jake says deep sea creatures are aliens.
I'll believe it. Have you ever seen some of those things with the octopus running around? It's scary, dude. It's weird. Octopus are smarter than us.
You think so?
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%.
Well, how come they're not flying around in planes and driving cars, Steve?
Dude, we need to look at the end of this video. We need to look up like octopus. I got into it and I watched this whole documentary on octopuses, and it was too much. X-Files, that's the name of it. Thank you, Dark Gift, and Mickey. X-Files, that's what it was. I got into it with octopuses. It's scary.
All right, we'll look at that in a second. Kathy has a question here. Let's see. Do you also think that aliens were in the long ago past, like helping build the Mayan temples? There are a lot of things that was definitely before their time. The Egyptian pyramids and tombs that are definitely a miracle for the time they were built. What do you think about that, Tori?
Yeah, definitely. I don't know if they helped build that stuff, but okay, here we go.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go.
She sighed.
If you think about Homo sapiens as a species, we have only been around, we'll say, on Earth for this long, right? Earth's been around for this long. We've been around for, I don't know. My ratios are all off here, but you get what I'm saying. We've only been around here for a little bit. And my theory, one of them, is that aliens, whatever it might be, so extraterrestrials or some other life form that exists not on Earth, has been around for millions of years, which we have not, and which has then enabled them to evolve to where they are today. They probably have the capability of coming to Earth and checking in on us, and who knows what their lifespan is, right? Like, is it 70 years or 80 years like ours is, or do they live for hundreds and thousands of years? Regardless, as a species, they can probably come check in on us and be like, oh, right now they're all still building fires and Earth is one big planet or one big continent. And then they come back like 1,000 years later and they're like, ah, sweet, they figured out fire. Great. They still have 1,000,000 years until they can reach our level. And then they keep going away and checking in on us. And then every now and then they're like, here, let's give them a little push. So then they make like the alien tube or like pyramids or whatever. And then they'll probably come back and like, who knows when, or they just like leave people here to check in on us and they send probes down. And that's why we have UFO sightings, because they're like, oh, it's time to go check on Earth again. Let's see where they are in their evolution. And then they come down and check on us and then shoot back up. And they're like, nuts, not ready yet. Oh, they're having another war. Oh, they have a pandemic. Let's see how this one goes.
So I guess on that pandemic question, I kind of know the answer that you're going to give me, but do you feel that the pandemic was caused by aliens?
No, okay. I think they were just like, you guys are idiots. Like, you'll figure it out.
Okay.
I think.
Okay, wait a second. Look, I shouldn't talk to my assistant manager like this, but it's kind of bogus that everyone else gets to be like, do you think they built pyramids? do you think that they did this? And you're like, yeah, they did. And you come into it. And then I just come and I'm like, do you think aliens are behind the pandemic? And you're like, no. Like, that's a stupid thing to say. Go mop the floors. Like, that's so harsh. You heard the way she rejected me, Sweats? That was mean.
That was very mean.
That was very
that
mean.
is so fair. No, but I mean, that's why you have these conversations, because then you're like, oh, maybe it was caused by aliens. I didn't even think about that before. No, I think that they probably just think we're idiots. Because one of my other theories, here's another one, number 2, if we're keeping track.
Go, there you go.
Okay, number 2 is the theory that definitely exists and has a name out there, but I'm going to butcher it along the way, is that we are like an experiment. But I don't think that we're a specific experiment they prepped and set up. I think that they observe us no different than the way that we observe gorillas and apes. And I think that we could easily be their test subjects, that they like put stuff on Earth to see how we react, right? So to Steve's point, they could have put a pandemic and they're like, oh, that one really wiped them out. The same way that we would experiment with a group of gorillas and be like, oh, wow, that really killed a bunch of them. Okay, let's go on to the next ones. So I think we could easily be an experiment, like, or a species of animals to them that they see as lower than them, and they're just playing with us.
Damn. You know how you mentioned gorillas there for a second? I just want to say real quickly, RIP to Harambe. God dang it. That's fucked up. Do you think that was part of an experiment? Do you think that they literally dropped that kid in the cage for Harambe to he was
kill him off?
Yeah, he was. Yeah. You know what? He was onto him. You know, he was about to reveal the secrets, and that's why they set him up. Shit. You're right. Now you're getting me going, Tori. Look at me. Fuck. And I had this thing on.
Yeah, I mean that's what happens. You're blocking out all the waves where they're watching you, brainwashing you.
They can't fuck with me when I have this thing on. Let's see here. We have a question. Jake says, we'll know our disinformation program is complete when everything the American public believes is false. Former CIA Director William Casey. Ooh. What do you think about that, Tori? Do you think how much of what we've been told is a lie?
Oh, so
that's the
much
real
of
question.
It's like all propaganda, right? We look at cases of propaganda and we're like, oh, that's crazy. But same here, people are looking on Facebook and they're like, oh, that's definitely real. That's definitely real. And it's like, come on. I don't have social media now, if you were curious, because I don't believe it. Except for I did get Instagram for puppy pics. So.
Oh, okay. That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
The chat's going to want to see the puppy a little, or everyone's going to want to see the puppy a little later.
She might be sleeping, but we'll try.
Okay. So can you talk to me about, are we ready to talk Elon Musk, or do you want to talk about the fact that Sasquatch is here for us to find before aliens come and interact with us? Which one do you want to talk first?
I think sequentially, Sasquatch definitely makes more sense.
I don't even know what sequentially means.
In my brain, the way that my brain goes into all these evolutions.
Okay.
On that one. So book that I sent you guys as well. There's a book out there called Hunt for the Skinwalker Ranch, which is also, I think you guys said, a documentary, but Skinwalker Ranch is basically a place in Utah that has a lot of UFO sightings and extraterrestrial things, I guess, or activity. My dad recommended it though, because he read it and he was like, you're going to love this book. So naturally I got the book and I read it in like a couple of days. But in it, they talk about how there could be portals to other dimensions.
Oh, shit.
Which I think would be super fair, right? And this kind of starts to get into the consciousness question that we said we should postpone until later. But there's basically these portals that they think that exist that could open up, and that's where it's like, if aliens have that capability, or it's a different dimension that we are missing altogether, it's because we haven't evolved to that level to be able to see those dimensions. But at this ranch, they observe this portal that opens and creatures crawl in and out of it, but you can only see that portal when you have night goggles on. So there's two people observing it together. One has night goggles on and one doesn't. The one with night goggles sees it, and it's like, he explains it basically as a small circle that just opens in the ground and starts to get bigger and bigger, like you would see in a movie, and a creature literally crawls out of it. But one of the theories that they proposed is that, and now I'm going to take us with monkeys and then fold it into aliens with Sasquatches. But the same way that we experiment on monkeys, right? We would take monkeys, we would put them into space to see if they're going to die, etc. Like, we'll put them in different scenarios to see how things will react to monkeys, etc. I think that, and maybe this is just aliens fucking around with us, but I think that aliens could have Sasquatches and Yetis as their pets or their creatures, and they use these portals to sneak Sasquatches and Yetis onto Earth just because they want to see how humans interact with Sasquatches and Yetis. And that's why there's no evidence of them, because they always rip them out before.
Damn. So they're blue balling us. They're blue balling us.
Yeah, exactly.
I
guess. Bastards. That's why I wore this helmet, so they go fuck off.
I guess
that one's out there. I know it is, but it's like definitely what I believe.
so because they want us to find Sasquatch, and then when we get really close to finding Sasquatch, then they're like, nope. They pull the rug out from underneath us. Is that what it is? I have a hard time with that one. I just do.
Yeah. Or it's like, because we do have some people that have seen them, but the same way that we can't get good video footage of aliens, maybe they have something around the Sasquatches, which is why we don't have anything of them either, like an invisible shield that goes up to cameras or something. That one's definitely out there. I know. That's okay. But also it could be possible.
I mean, I don't see it, but I respect you as a human being, and I'm gonna just let that one marinate.
Let's see. We got some. Let's get some shout outs going in the chat. This has been great so far. Everyone drop a T for Tori in the chat. We haven't done that yet. Everyone on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, drop a T for Tori, please. Let's see here. We got Stat Shock is in the building. What's going on, Stat Shock? Diamonds and rocket ships. Absolutely. That sounds like a badass. That sounds like a badass album title, actually.
No, they're referencing Dogecoin. That's what that is.
Oh, Dogecoin. Oh, okay, I got you.
Is it Doge or Doge?
I say Doge. It sounds cooler. But Call, shout out to Call. He says, my theory that Steve needs smile more. Be happy. He's so handsome when he smiles. I think Call's an alien.
I remember Paul Charles. I was really looking forward to you coming back, buddy.
No, this is Carl Barles. This is Carl Barles. What are you talking about?
He's coming on the wrong day because we got a guest, and I'm on my best behavior today. So, I'm just gonna leave it alone. Let's leave it at that.
Fox Mulder says Harambe was taken out because he tried to save us from the alien child. Yeah, it makes sense. God dang, shout out to Harambe. He also says vacation at Skinwalker Ranch once it out of this world. I think he really is an alien with his grammatical error.
I think
what is his profile picture?
That's a raccoon.
Oh.
Okay, here we go. Cape Cod asks a good question. If aliens were to invest, would they choose Dogecoin?
Yeah, obviously.
On that
easy money.
I want to get a few more shout outs real quick.
Sure.
We got Raquel's in chat. Shout out to Raquel. We also have Natalie in the chat. I live in Utah and also live on Skinwalker Ranch. Ooh, yeah. Tell us about that, Natalie. Let's see here. A lot of people talking about Skinwalker Ranch. Skinwalker Ranch and buffalo wings are awesome.
That's not a funny joke.
All right, Steve, you had a question?
All right, so on that note, Dogecoin, Elon Musk. I think it's time to go to why Elon Musk is an alien. Why Elon Musk is ET.
Yeah, that's super easy. Okay, so first of all, I did not come up with this theory. This was definitely my boyfriend said it to me one day, and he was like, just in passing, he was like, do you think Elon Musk could be an alien, and I was like, wow, that just blew my mind because probably. um, but his theory, and I've definitely adopted it now and probably expanded on it, is that Elon Musk is maybe a stupid alien, or he is got expelled. Elon Musk is gonna call me and be like, "You're a goddamn idiot," or I'm gonna apply for SpaceX someday when I graduate from my AM job, my assistant manager job, and he's gonna be like, "No, do you know what you said about me?" Um, that's super fair. But also, so he could either not be that smart of an alien, and they're like, we just need to get rid of this guy, like a Borat type of situation where they're just like, send him away. Or, and that's actually how COVID started, is Elon Musk. Just kidding. And then the other one is that he really fucked up on wherever he was and they expelled him. And this is like the worst person to ever get expelled from their planet. So they sent him to Earth. Or he is the smartest of the group that has been expelled to Earth from their planet. And the theory goes that, so he landed on Earth as this alien and he's basically pissed off. He's like, screw these people. They shouldn't have gotten rid of me, or these aliens. I'm going to get back to them. So that is why he started all of his companies, including SpaceX. And it's all just a cover up for him to find the smartest people to get on to get to work at SpaceX, so he can get a spaceship that will take him back to where he came from. And along the way, he's starting all these other companies because he's like, God, these people really are idiots. So he's helping us with like clean energy and clean cars and all of that. And he's like, oh, I'll just help them along.
I think go ahead, Steve.
I really hope at some point in your life, Tori, you get the opportunity to see Elon Musk in person, and I hope your boyfriend records you yelling at him, "You're a stupid alien." Like, I really want to see the Snapchat of you yelling at him and him making eye contact with you and either winking as like, "Yeah, you're right," or giving you the look of like, "What is wrong with you?"
Or he'll just give me a Tesla and be like, shut up, you're gonna blow my cover. Or he'll get me on a spaceship, and like if I died in space, I think that would be optimal way to die, because it's like you got to go to space and see Earth, but he put me on a blowing up spaceship.
So breaking news to everyone in the it's not really breaking news. I don't know if it's breaking news, but I tweeted this show. We have an official Sweats and Steve show Twitter now. Not that that's fucking hard to do. All you got to do is have an email address. So we actually have a Twitter, and I tweeted this to Elon Musk. He didn't respond. It's kind of anticlimactic. I don't really know how Twitter works. It's just that Sweats texted me and he said, "Hey, can you create a Twitter for the Sweats and Steve show?" And I said, "Sure." So I did. So I tweeted at him. That was my first tweet this year.
Wonderful.
So maybe he'll jump in here in a little bit.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
I don't think he's going to pay attention to us. How many tweets do you think he gets a day? Is that what Twitter does? It shows people? Okay.
Yeah, it probably gets a lot, no doubt. Shout out to Jasmine Johnson. Borats, absolutely. Who, me? No way.
So that's what Tori was saying, that she was likening Elon Musk to Borat and how they like got rid of Borat, and they're like, "Oh, you stupid alien. You're the dumb alien."
Wait, did you guys see Borat too?
Yeah, that was great.
The ending blew my mind, and it was so funny. But that's all I'll say. I won't spoil it for anyone that hasn't seen it.
Natalie asks, how does Tori feel about the COVID vaccine?
I think it's great, and everyone should get it.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah,
go ahead. You can say something. I was going to say a politically correct statement.
we did a Vaxxer Pass. We did a Vaxxer Pass episode a while ago, and I think I don't know, Steve. I think we were pretty split. I think the nays for the vaccine had at the end, but then we had some people coming in there trying to lift the other side of the vote, and it was pretty crazy. But there's your answer, Natalie. There you go. Wonderful.
I'm a vax.
Go get him.
I'm a vax.
Go get him.
Go. Yeah. Steve is a natural charmer. Maybe he's an alien himself. We do have a file on him. Last record, his search on the hub, and it was the tentacle oil escapades.
This is Tori. This is what they like to do on the show. I know who that is. That's a guy named Jesus, and they like to just say these things on the show. So please, at work, please don't mention this. Shout out to my Aunt Apple. My Aunt Apple's in the chat. Shout out to Aunt Apple.
Shout out to Vince as well. He dropped a T for you, Tori.
What's going
Shout out
on,
to
Vince?
Let's see. Let's see. Cape Cod also dropped a T for you as well, and my mom's in the chat as well. Hi, mom. Let's see here.
We love parents in this show, so if your parents are in there, let them know to go ahead. We live with our parents a little too long. Okay.
Says Elon Musk said he'll never get it. He'll never get it, so he's stupid. Okay, so she's trying. So Natalie's doubling down on Elon Musk being the stupid alien theory.
Yeah, I watched Elon Musk, and I don't know why everyone thinks he's so smart. I watched in planning for this, and Tori's like, Elon Musk is an alien. So I studied that guy, and I really got in there, and I looked at his soul. I'm not impressed with that guy. I'm just not. I know everyone's gonna be like, oh, Steve, whatever. That's just, and I'm just like, fix your lisp, and second off, leave me the fuck alone. I'm entitled to an opinion, and I'm not impressed with Elon Musk. I'm just not.
I do think he's super smart, but I still think he's the stupidest of his alien species. But I think he's super smart for us, but that's just me thinking aliens are that much smarter than us. Steve's really set, though, that we are smarter than aliens, so that contributes to your point of view on him. Makes sense.
I hadn't considered.
So you think he's an alien too, is what you're saying?
I don't know. I just think he got lucky. Like, I hear his story, and I'm just like, man, that's a really like lucky fucking story. I don't know. I just thanks, Lord Nemesis. I just don't. I just feel like it's a tremendous amount of luck. I don't feel there's any skill there. I just don't.
You think so?
Yeah, I just do.
Jasmine says, yeah, we're gonna end up in an I Am Legend scenario. Okay, so Jasmine thinks that I'm assuming what she's talking about the vaccines. We're gonna end up everyone's gonna turn like a zombie vampire. Everyone's gonna go that actually wouldn't be too bad, actually. I mean,
that would be pretty bad. Don't say that it won't be too bad. That would be really bad.
German Shepherd with my German Shepherd Zeus and the
What
Mustang.
about our viewers? Yeah, it's all about you're the one who's gonna survive.
That's why they should stay home and keep watching. Literally, just all they have to do is just keep watching replays of the show. And that'll keep them more excited. You know, you won't get killed out there. Shout out to M Dog. Can we get some? Let's get an E in the chat going for M Dog, please. Shout out to M Dog. She says, "Hey guys, hey Steve," in all caps. There you go. There you go.
What, M Dog? I'm a happily married man, so I'm gonna need you to lowercase. I'm gonna need you to lowercase and take away. Yeah, lowercase your letters, and then also take away an exclamation point. Fiona's watching, and I don't want no problems. Okay. All right.
Steve, if you wanna, should we put out the link out there, or do you want to send out the links now? Or
why don't we? Why don't we do? I know Tori had prepared a couple of things. Why don't we send out? Why don't we showcase that really quick?
Yeah, sure.
And then why don't we throw the link out there for everyone if they want to come talk to Miss Tori Saylor.
Absolutely. Look at that. That is a face you can trust. Don't trust the CIA director. Trust Tori Saylor.
No. Yeah, I mean that means that you're assuming the government's smarter than me, which I don't know.
All right. So while Tori is doing that,
oh, here you go. Hell yeah.
Or I don't know. Sweats, are you going to showcase that, or is she?
Tori, are you able to pull up? Are you able to share your screen, or you want me to?
I'm not muted, but I got to figure it out.
Okay.
My notes aren't super pretty. Did you want me to pull up just what I sent you, Steve?
Yeah, probably. That'd probably be best. Okay. Right? All right, we're going back to shower thoughts. As a kid, getting dizzy was something fun to do. As an adult, getting dizzy sucks. You gotta admit, it fucking sucks.
All right.
It's the worst.
We actually have a breaking news here. If you could call it that, I guess. While you're working on that, Tori, we actually remember, Steve, how we put out an invite to the fans out there to drop a voice message on the Anchor.
Oh God.
We got a voice message.
All right, let's check the voice message. This is our very first voice message. Actually, can I do one more shower thought?
Go ahead, hit that shower thought.
This is my favorite one of the evening. Your brain knows where all your organs are and won't tell you.
It's because the fucking aliens. That's what they did that for.
Yeah.
My God.
All right, let's go.
That's a really good shower thought. I think that's my favorite one yet.
Did you ever hear the one about a rock? You never seen a brand new rock? One of my favorite ones is, why aren't iPhone chargers called apple juice?
All right, let's see here. I'm gonna pull up this. Should I look at it beforehand or should I just pull it
No,
up?
let's run it. Let's run it. Let's
run it. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna share my screen. Keep going, Tori. You're good.
Good. I'm working hard over here.
All right, you're good. You're good. You're good. All right, let's listen here. Shout out to you guys. By the way, if you haven't, make sure to like and share this out. Thank you for all the likes. I got M Dog, Lisa Moore, Natalie, Vince, Jasmine, Alex Cruz, Raquel, Carl Farrells. That's a weird name to say. Thank you for the likes and everyone else who liked and hearted it. I appreciate it. If you haven't already, like and share it out. It's always appreciated. All right, so let's see here. We have a message from Jesus. Let's see what Jesus has to say.
How do you guys feel about alien cloning and the way that celebrities are supposedly cloned, and then they put them out to the masses, to get a certain message out? How do you guys feel about that?
First of all, I did not expect Jesus to sound like that.
I didn't expect it to sound like that either.
Jesus has a voice like he'll shoot me.
Oh.
Okay, so first of all, Jesus, you can name yourself whoever you want going forward, but when you come to Chicago, you don't look for Steve, because I think they have loose gun laws in Texas, which is where you're from. So I'm gonna stop picking on you. Tori, did you hear that question?
Yes, but to be honest, I never even heard of that, so I am just super intrigued.
Hey, let's play it again.
Yeah.
Jesus says he was hungover when he made that. I don't know. He sounds like a sane individual. Otherwise, he's an alien. Fuck it. I'm gonna throw it out there.
It's probably leaning like a cholo.
How do you guys feel about alien cloning and the way that celebrities are supposedly cloned, and then they put them out to the masses, to get a certain message out? How do you guys feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, that is definitely news to me. That would be wild.
Okay.
Also, like, how would you even pick what people to go after, Like, who would you guys pick if you were going to clone aliens or clone celebrities, I guess?
Clone celebrities. I would definitely, I kind of feel like Jennifer Lopez would be a good candidate for a clone, not because of any of her features, just because that lady doesn't age. So I feel like she probably has some type of alien stuff. If I had to sit there and like figure out who I wanted to clone as a celebrity, I would probably say, I feel like Leonardo DiCaprio would be a good clone. We need more of him. Somebody I wouldn't want to clone would definitely be Jesus, because I just feel like I don't need to hear that voice ever again in my life.
Jesus has a nice voice. I like it.
It was pretty scary. It strikes fear in my heart. But really quick on that note, so there is, just so everyone knows, if you do want to interact with the show, don't feel like coming on camera, don't feel like being live with us, you can ask questions on that Anchor page. And then, we will definitely showcase those questions here on the Sweats and Steve show.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you, Jesus, for saying that.
That was
badass,
great. Thank
man.
you, Jesus.
Yeah, no joke. Natalie says, I think Jesus sounds like he would buy me flowers and call me Sunflower. Don't know why Steve would say that. That's exactly what I was thinking, Steve. Why would you say that?
Listen, I've been on 26th Street, okay? So I know I know what a voice like that sounds like. I know he's not. I know, but he's from Chicago. He's from Texas, so I get it. It is what it is. Tori, did you have any success getting that up, or if not, I can definitely.
Yeah, you guys, I just went through hell trying to figure that out. I'm gonna share screen, but I don't know what's gonna come up. So let's see.
Okay.
All right. Is it an article? Is it a video?
No, I didn't. Oh, I didn't have anything specific. I just copy and pasted my notes in with what I would propose for everyone to go look at if they're interested in where I'm getting half of my fake facts from. / or just butchering those facts. Okay, let's see. Hopefully I'm sharing my email.
Okay.
Is that what it looks like? Can you guys see that? Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. So the first one that I mentioned was The Hunt for the Skinwalker Ranch. Or Skinwalker, that takes place at Skinwalker Ranch, and it's written by these two people. George Knapp is also the guy that did a documentary recently on Bob Lazar, which you can get on Netflix, or that's where I last watched it. I also just linked here, and you guys can put it in your stream after, maybe, but the link to the American Airlines UFO that they just saw on 225 that I brought up to Steve.
Do me a favor, take that URL and drop it in the private chat over here.
Okay.
So yeah, copy it, and then over to your right hand side, you'll say private chat, and I can pull it up for my end.
Okay, sweet. I feel like normally I'm pretty technological advanced, but not right now.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
There you
let's
go.
see here. What's going on here? All right, we got it here. I'm gonna pull this up. Let's see. Steve, did you have any more questions for Tori? Anything that you didn't were able to get off before?
No, we covered a lot of what I did. We talked about. Oh, I guess the one question is: in 2019, were you prepared to raid Area 51 with everyone else for answers?
That's right.
No.
I
didn't want to be shot. Also, it's like you never are the first person to do something stupid, you know? You let everyone else go do it and then see, oh, it's not that bad. Then you go join, but you don't lead the march.
Yeah, I mean, you could have been in the back. You could have been in the back of the pack.
Yeah, that's true. Also, though, like, I know I'm weird, but I'm just picturing people at Walmart there again. Like, who do you actually think went to raid Area 51? All of the people at Walmart.
Hey, I'm gonna try something. Here. Let's see here. I'm gonna type in Walmart people.
See how many look like aliens.
No.
Oh my god. This is something I don't think I ever want to see again.
Wait, she might have a point here.
I got this new shampoo and
what the fuck?
Who snorted?
I did. Oh, that's too good. That's really funny. Scroll down to that woman, like the one that's down and to the right. There's a little emoji, but it looks like the woman's walking down.
Okay. On this one?
Oh, I just missed it. I have no idea where it went. Oh, yeah.
What? Oh, no. No. What is fucking it doing there?
How does that happen? I actually seeing these, I don't want the pandemic to end.
Oh my god.
It's always good though, Steve. Next time you have a hard day stacking the shelves, just come on people at Walmart and take a look and you'll feel better.
Naomi says Walmart is #1, hands down.
My biggest fear in life is honestly coming on this website one time and finding myself. Just like one of those days where you really had to go to the store to get something and you're like, holy shit, they took a picture of me.
Yeah, really? Oh. What the fuck? Oh no!
All right, I'm getting the chills with some of these. This is making me a little squeamish, okay? I'm gonna open Tori's link.
Open it up. Share the screen.
I'm gonna open it up real quick. All right, American airline pilot reports seeing a long, I don't know how to say this word. Cylindrical.
There you go. Cylindrical.
Okay, I tried. All right, let me just get everything ready here. Share screen.
I think Naomi might be an alien. She says Amazon is overrated. Walmart for life. You're gonna find Naomi in fucking Walmart. I'm gonna call your shit out, Naomi.
All right, can you see this?
I can't see it.
Okay, so apparently a pilot saw a long cylindrical object fly over plane. Pilot saw a strange object while flying over New Mexico on Sunday. Okay, so that is consistent with other things that I have heard, is that southwest area for some reason is a hot spot close to Area 51. Okay, so I'm going to keep reading. All right. Is this how long is this? Okay, not very long. American Airlines. That's the entrance. FBI said it was aware of the incident, which occurred on Sunday during a flight from Cincinnati to Phoenix. Pilot called air traffic control shortly after noon local time, seeing the object. Do you have any targets up here? Pilot asked. Is this it?
So was it?
Yeah.
This is the video?
Actually, I don't know. But it's gonna be a UFO, so it'll probably be awesome.
Oh, can you hear this or no?
No.
Okay, good.
Oh my gosh. Well, let me know when it comes back.
Okay, I'll let you know. We got about 17 seconds. We don't got to go back to this.
I find it so. What? Hold on, no, go away.
All right, we got about 5 seconds here. Let's get.
She's wearing a trash bag as a dress. Oh.
All right, it's back.
Oh my god. Okay, hold on. Oh my god.
Now you can't hear audio, right?
No.
Oh. Yeah, I think you might have to do it again with audio, Steve.
Okay, but don't show that thing again.
What do you guys think about this Walmart thing? Okay, this might be the biggest revelation here on the
Oh,
show
you know
tonight.
what? I got to do it in Chrome, and I'm in Safari right now. So give me a minute.
All right, I'll get some shout outs going. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Let's see here. I'm gonna get some shout outs. Let's see. Shout out to Naomi, of course. She's the number one Walmart alien. Everyone keep an eye on her. Simple Jack. He says, hail to Simple Jack. Hail. Also have Jeremy Burtz. Hail Lord Panatra. Absolutely. And of course, yeah, Lord Panatra is in the chat as well. Hail to Lord Panatra. Absolutely. Let's see who else is in here. And yeah, how are we feeling about these Walmart aliens? When I'll ask you this, Tori. when did you start to realize that Walmart was not the place that you thought it was?
I don't know. I went to school in upstate New York, and you see some weird stuff at that Walmart up there.
What's the weirdest thing that you ever seen at a Walmart?
Oh my god, I don't even know if you can I guess I would have to get a notepad to start taking notes next time I go. I've avoided it for so long. Because after 4 years in college there, you're like, holy crap. Also, just a side note, where I went to school, there was a lot of Amish people. But it was so weird because you would see the horses tied up to the side of Walmart, and you're like,
no way.
You took your horse and buggy to Walmart, but yet you're buying a cell phone at Walmart. Some things just don't add up.
That's definitely an alien right there. I think you coming on to the show has definitely helped me to increase my third eye to spot an alien. I mean, we got Naomi in the chat. She's calling herself out as an alien. We got the Amish coming out there. That any Amish that buys a cell phone is an alien. Off the rip. Man.
Trees, Aspen.
Yeah. the trees and the rocks. Aliens. Damn.
I'm actually not sure that this is video. I just kind of perused it a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that this video has.
These three videos released by the Department of Defense have changed the way many people see what we can't explain.
We still, to this day, have no idea what it was, what we saw, what we chased, what we engaged.
I don't know if it's every 15 seconds you need to pause it, so I'll just stop it there for a minute.
It's pretty spectacular.
No, you can let it go.
You have overwhelming, compelling data telling you there's something in our skies, and quite frankly, it can perform in a way that we don't understand, and we have no idea of its intentions.
But will 2021 be the year all of that changes because of COVID-19?
Hidden among the many pages of the COVID-19 bill is this mandate to produce a report on.
What did it say?
Can you full screen that or no?
Yeah, let me try. Is that better?
There you go.
All right. So is this what you were talking about earlier, Tori? A detailed analysis of unidentified aerial phenomenon data?
Yeah, I mean, so this is about the government starting to finally admit some of it. I think it's just interesting that they've started leaking more information, or not even leaking, just admitting it or stopping to care. But maybe it's to the point of like there's so much false data out there. They're like, let's throw in some true data they will never believe.
So what? Yeah, that's a good question. What would be their end game from your perspective? What would be their end game for
Oh
them
yeah.
to release the information? Because it seems like they could withhold it forever, and like it really wouldn't make a fucking difference. They'd have knowledge and we wouldn't. So how do they see it from their side of the aisle? I guess you could say.
Yeah, I mean, to me, because I thought about this when they first like started releasing information naturally, because what else are you going to think about when that comes out and no one talks about it? Part of me told everyone that I had a theory that maybe they were looking for help. And by them releasing some of this information, they were basically putting out these broadcast signals, like metaphorically, I guess, to the population of people that really do believe in aliens and conduct research, because they're trying to get additional scientific research, so they need people. So maybe like them admitting it is allowing to start that communication between the two parties, and they're looking for help.
So like looking for help, like we're talking about from other aliens, maybe they have gone rogue.
Yeah. Just like analyzing the information that they have. They've like reached their capacity and now they need to expand past that. So they're trying to get more resources that have a better understanding and maybe have their own theories that they can start applying. But how else would you find alien people other than just being like, hey, we know about aliens? Then you're going to have all these people come out of the woodwork and be like, ha ha, you said our magic words. Versus if you say no, 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 everyone's going to be like, screw you, government. We're not going to talk to you about what we think then. So that's how they're going to engage them. Yeah, exactly. But they'll just use our taxes to pay for them and not tell us about it.
Actually, we have another message from Jesus on Anchor. Steve, you want to pull? Should we pull it up?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, let's see. I'm gonna share my screen.
And if you want to drop the link down to people, we've been at this for about an hour and a half, and then maybe we wrap it up about 2 hours.
Sure. Yeah.
And Tori, if you got to go at any time, you just let us know. Okay.
I'm okay. I think the puppy's sleeping, so I'm safe.
As long as the puppy's okay. That's
all that matters.
All right, so we're gonna drop the link down in the chat if you want to come and talk with us and Tori. If you have questions, there it is. Let's see.
Who the fuck gave us a dislike? Who the fuck?
Elon Musk, probably.
Yeah, it was Elon Musk. Yeah, the fucking Elon Musk. Which, by the way, we have about 17 reacts, likes, and hearts on the on Facebook. Can we get that to 20? Can we get 3 more likes or hearts out there on Facebook? That'd be badass. But let me pull up this. Let me pull up the screen for Jesus's message. Okay, let's see what Jesus has to say.
How do you guys feel about...
Okay, that was the first one. Let me go to this one.
Now, what do you fellas think about them crop things that be showing up in the middle of my cornfield at night? I want you to tell me what exactly could possibly cause that. If you could please explain why these things could happen. We the masses got to know. We got to speculate on things.
That seems like a direct shot across the bow to you, Steve. I don't know. You're calling him out there for a second.
Well, Jesus, I appreciate you being. Are we going to drop that link and see?
Oh yeah, it's out there. It's out there.
Well, maybe I'm behind. I don't know what's going on. I don't. Jesus, I don't want to offend somebody who has the vocal tones of yourself, because I've been around the block, so I know what it is. So. In terms of your corn circles that are out there, I think corn circles are one big hoax. I think they're overdone. I think that corn circles are probably the least alien thing that would be out there, because why would they come and draw a fucking fish in someone's crop? Like, why would they come and draw something that we realize what it is? You know what I mean? Like, why would that happen? I just don't understand that.
Natalie says, think about it. There's probably a whole other planet in another universe having the same conversation. Damn.
Listen, here's my retortion to that, Natalie. Okay, and I know you're around this show a lot. This is where I start to get a little looser, Tori. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
So, can you pull that comment up one more time?
Sure, absolutely. I'll pull up Natalie's comment.
The biggest thing for me, Natalie, is that if there is another universe out there and they are talking about this same topic, I hope they're also subscribed to the Sweats and Steve show live every other Wednesday night at 8:30 Central Standard Time. We're bringing big guests now.
That's
2
right.
weeks ago it was Norman. This week it's Tori. We're coming with that heat. Okay.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you. A very fitting rebuttal to Natalie's statement there. I want to listen to Jesus's voice messages one more time, and then Tori, we could get your intake on what the crop circles are all about.
Now, what do you fellas think about them crop things that be showing up in the middle of my cornfield at night? I want you to tell me what exactly could possibly cause that. If you could please explain why these things could happen, sir. We the masses got to know. We got to speculate on these things.
Okay. All right. I'll kick that question over to you, Tori. What are the crop circles all about? Is it like in the movie Science? Are they really directional things like that are guiding, say, hey, flight crew B, go over to New Hampshire, and then the other spaceship goes over to Chicago? Is that what that's all about?
Yeah, sure. I've never thought about those. For being honest, I mean, I just assumed somebody went out and fucked with somebody else at night, and that's how that happened.
Can we talk about pyramids for a second? Because I'm going to tell you what pyramids are. Listen, everybody, when I can't sleep, I watch Ancient Aliens. I like to be entertained. Okay, so I saw an episode, and they were like, "Why do they have pyramids in Egypt that look like the pyramids over in Mexico?" And I just thought to myself, a shape is a fucking shape. Like, what do you expect people to come up with? Like a rhombus pyramid? Like, I just don't understand why all of a sudden two separate existences can't have that same type of logic, especially like all things considered. There has to be correlation and similarity between the way people think. Do you know how many times I've thought of something that someone has already thought about? Like, I don't know if Cape Cod is still here. The time that I was trying to come up with the microwave that I can just talk to and it heats up my food, somebody already thought about that. I was a day late and $1 short, so I couldn't do it. So you're telling me that if I can't come up with an inventive idea, that all of a sudden these prehistoric, these outdated, civilizations, they can't come up with the fact that a pyramid needs to be in a triangle shape? I just don't buy that. I don't get it.
Or was it that the pyramid was just the best shape to last this long, and they tried other things, but that's the only one that stayed?
So, are you a pyramid, alien pyramid person?
No, I don't know. I haven't thought about that stuff. I'm really bad with like history, I would say. I only think about like, where are we going? All those numbers just mix up in my head. I don't really pay attention.
Well, Lord Vanatra says no idea is original. And well, I mean that's an interesting question, because if no idea is original, there has to be someone out there that had to have the first idea. There had to be, think about this. There had to be a person out there that at some point had to say, I'm hungry. There's someone out there, some Homo sapiens. How you say it again, Tori?
Homo sapiens.
Say it one more time.
Homo sapiens or just sapiens?
Have you never heard of Homo sapiens?
No, I have. I just the dictation and the articulation, the way Tori says it, makes me like my brain just gets like a little bit bigger, but yeah. So at some point, someone had to say, "Man, I'm hungry," and then we all started to kind of like think like that. But that's I don't know. That's my little shower thought. I don't know. What do you think about that, Steve?
I mean, just because that's a I don't know that qualifies as like group think. I mean, that's a need, right? Like that's like you have to eat. You can't not eat. So I don't know if I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just not following it.
I get you. Real quick, we have about 19 likes and hearts over on Facebook. One more, if we get one more 20, that'd be badass. I appreciate you guys, absolutely.
You see that, Tori? They're coming out for you today.
Yes, they
Oh
are.
yeah.
There you go.
That's because everyone's been thinking this, just no one ever wants to talk about it. So
to say it, but
share thoughts.
Oh hell yeah! Here we go. Hell yeah.
You never really know how much fun you're having until you look back at the same moment years later, which is exactly why you need to subscribe to Sweats so you can rewatch the Sweats and Steve show every other week. Watch it on your leisure, okay?
Just do it. That's it. Enough said. Naomi has a question. She says, do you think the Bible was created by aliens and God was an alien and Jesus was a brainwashed human to bring fresh meat to the aliens? Oh
do you think that's how Naomi speaks?
I think so. Otherwise, it's in a Texan accent. Do you think the Bible was created by aliens? Like I'm doing a Jesus accent. And God was an alien and Jesus was brainwashed human to bring fresh meat to the aliens. Tori, what do you think about that?
Maybe. All of it's a made up. I think all of it's a made up story. So it's however you want to make up the story, you can.
Oh,
all right.
So are we living in a fairy tale right now?
No. Yeah. I mean, basically, right. Everything that we know as it is today is made up, right? All of the jobs that we work for are for made up companies that only we believe in. All of the government is just a made up entity that we believe in. Money is a made up thing that we believe in. Religion is a made up thing that we believe in. So, but it's the only way that you can get us as a species to cooperate. So that's why we all follow it.
Damn.
All right. I'm going to hit you.
Look at this is the face that you have whenever you're just dropping these bombs. It's
because I'm so happy. I'm just like, this is how I always think. But then it's like you get put in your normal box day to day, like packing jerky. And you're like, all right, I'll just keep packing jerky today.
Yeah. How was the today at the Jerky Emporium?
It was crap.
It was crap?
Yeah, somebody shipped in a live shipment.
What's up, Steve?
So I'm gonna give you guys. I'm gonna make some people mad here.
Oh shit! Okay,
all right. I'm gonna give you my conspiracy theory.
Oh shit! Go ahead.
Jesus Christ, Judas, betrayal, apostles. Okay, I'm not saying that this did not happen. All I'm saying is the story of Jesus Christ and Julius Caesar is oddly similar. Jesus, they have the same initials. They have all that. Jesus was betrayed by Judas. Caesar was betrayed by Brutus. They were all betrayed. I think they were both. I mean, all I'm saying is just look into the stories, put them on top of each other. There's some similarities up in that story. Everybody's going to talk to me about, one was a couple thousand years before the other one, and the Roman, Empire was after Jesus Christ and yada, yada. Okay, I get that. But if you look into the details, it's pretty similar, man. It's pretty similar. Okay. That's all I got to say.
Damn. Okay.
Tori, what do you think about that conspiracy theory?
Yeah. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think we all need to do a hell of a lot more research.
Look into it. The stories are oddly similar.
I think that there's definitely a couple cases of just basic scenario like stories, and then they've just evolved into what we know today. But that's how you get all these spin-offs, right? Because it started from small cultures where people were super divided across continents, And then as we've come together, all of those variations are coming together. So that's all that's happening, I think, in your story. It's just the different cultures taking the same story and putting it together. And it's like, no, my mom told me the story this way. And you're like, no, my mom told me. And then we got different religions.
Oh, okay. Well,
Now it is.
Natalie says,
I don't think you're wrong.
countering this, not really countering, but going off on this part. I also have similarities with Ted Bundy. Does that make me a serial killer?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think it does. Yeah. Tori. So Tori says yes. I say yes, and then Steve. What do you think?
I mean, I don't. I also have similar. So does that make you serial killer? If you haven't, no, because you would have to do the act of killing people in that type of manner to be labeled a serial killer. But do you share the same personality traits as Ted Bundy? I mean, how many Listen, I'm going to depress someone real quick right now.
Oh shit! Okay.
How many? Oh, Lord Nemesis is saying the Roman Empire was during Jesus' time. Thank you, Lord Nemesis. You have strengthened my cause. I was just sadly misspoken. Whatever. Anyway, how many listen, world, you are not unique. Okay, how many personality types do you think there are? You have been done before. Okay, everyone wants to sit here and be like, I'm so unique, I'm so special. You're probably not. Think about everyone before you and think about their personality. Think about your lineage. Think about where you came from. Think about the fact that you are the combination of two people who made you, right? There had to be two people to make you. So you have someone else's personality combined into one. Now you extrapolate that backwards, and then all of a sudden it's just like, yeah, you've probably been done before. Your story has probably been done before. There's a lack of unique things that are going on in the world, right? And that's where some of this comes from, in my opinion. You probably share the personality type, certain personality types of Ted Bundy. I don't think it's just you, though, Natalie. Thank you for always being here for the streams. Please don't leave. We need the views. But at the same time, personality-wise, you probably still have that. I also think that you can probably go up the street and say, do you also like orange, which may have been Ted Bundy's favorite color? And then that person could say, holy shit, I got a lot of things in sync with Ted Bundy. But until you actually kill someone, you can't be a serial killer. So please don't.
Not to provoke her or anything.
Please look, if you're gonna don't. I mean, I think you live in Utah and I'm in Chicago, so it doesn't really make sense for me. Don't do that, please. Don't let that origin start here. Thank you for the story. Thank you for that. I don't want her to be like, well, Steve on Sweats and Steve show said. Like, no, let's not do that. Okay? I
don't know. She might have that crazy look in her eye right now. I don't know. Maybe I have. Actually, we actually call Farrell's is countering your point. Not even close. Judas betrayed for money.
Time out right there.
Oh, sure.
I'm gonna give you a live shower thought, Paul, because you're misinformed, you're uneducated, you always come around here, you want to give me stuff. Money is power, my friend. The rest of your argument doesn't make sense, okay? So you could read the rest of it. I'm not acknowledging it.
Let me read it.
Yeah.
Maybe I can get Tori's input on it. Not even close. Judas betrayed for money. Brutus did it to remove Caesar from power. Judas had to betray Jesus because it's how it had to happen. Brutus made choice to betray because he think it was best for empire.
I have no thoughts on that one.
Yeah.
All right, and now Simple Jack's talking about the crucifixion, the crucifixion, the rebirth of Christ, the humiliation in the streets. So you're telling me that they can't pick and choose stories that they don't want in their story? I don't know, man. I'm just saying. I wasn't there. You weren't there. None of us were there. Until we actually get aliens to come down and take us back, none of us would actually know, right? I just have an opinion. That's it. I just saw something. I read something.
That's right.
And I thought it, So no need to get all mad and throwing LOLs at the end of your fucking sentences. I'm just saying.
That's right.
This is what happens at this point of the show, Tori. Okay.
We also have Jeremiah. He says the story of Noah and the flood is very similar to the Epic of Gilgamesh, and that story predates the Noah story. Yeah,
I wish you would. Jeremiah or Simple Jack, I wish you would argue with Jeremiah.
Well, they're both on YouTube, so they really could if they wanted to. They could be seen. Okay, let's see. But if you heard my voice, would you think I could hurt you? I don't know.
That's a weird question to ask someone.
Send a voice message into the Anchor page, Natalie. Let's hear your voice live on air. Let's see. All right, hell yeah, here we go.
All right. The word avocado is derived from an Aztec word that means testicle. That's a true story. Look it up.
Say it again.
I don't know if I want to repeat it because Tori's my assistant manager, and that I just realized that might create some conflict at the old Jerky Emporium. So
that's right.
Let's forget about that one.
All right, Tori, we've covered effectively a large gambit, if you will, of the extraterrestrial world and opinions and beliefs out there. Is there anything that really sticks to your craw, or rather, I'll put it to a different way? Is there anything that you think about constantly that we haven't brought up yet? Are we missing a piece to the puzzle right now?
Yeah, but I think that piece of the puzzle probably just like it's the one that makes my mind spin the most, I would say. And it's like really scary to think about, but also super possible. We talked, or they brought it up earlier about consciousness and all of the dimensions, but I think it's super valid to think that we are just living in one dimension and we don't know all of the other dimensions that exist out there. Whether those dimensions exist physically or mentally, that is where I get stuck. So could I actually like I'm present here obviously right now, but what if my mind was also operating in a different dimension and I wasn't aware of it? Or what if there's another dimension where there's an exact replica of me and this exact episode is streaming, etc. But what we are talking about is completely different. And then that's multiplied like 1,000 million times. I don't know. It gets into this whole thing that I have not figured out yet how to even vocalize, but I start to picture like these multiverses or universes that are stacked on top of each other and what that would look like. And like, have you guys ever watched Into the Spider-Verse?
Yes.
Like, what if the way that there's all those different types of Spider-Mans, there's all those different types of you. So you exist as like this pig detective from the 80s or whatever, and then you exist in like your personality, to Steve's point, but like your soul or your consciousness exists, but in all of these different forms that we don't even think about.
Well, there is, Tori. There is multiple. As you probably don't know because you are relatively new to the channel and everything. But these eyes. Well, let me just play this. Check this out. This will break it down nice and easy.
I'm Sweats.
And I'm Steve.
I used to be an average, ordinary guy. So one day a pair of magical glasses fell from the heavens and gave me the powers and rhythms of an electronic future. Now with my glasses and my cousin Steve,
I just like to be on the internet.
We're ushering in the future electronic.
Sweats.
Steve, this is the Sweats and Steve Show.
And there you go. That's what that is. So these guys descended from the heavens. They crash landed, and I see through all the dimensions. I learned how to control it because otherwise my brain was going to explode. But I have made contact with Sweats from the other dimensions. And they're a pretty good time.
I'm somewhat exhausted by the multiverse theory because I just so you're saying that there's another version of me out there, and I just think to myself, how is that possible?
No, I agree. It's like my brain starts thinking about it when I can't fall asleep at like 2 a.m. in the morning, and then I get paralyzed and I'm like, which version am I in? And then you're like, holy shit, you need to go to bed. So I definitely don't think about it super hard because it just puts your mind in such a weird spot. And then you bounce back and you're like, wow, we're in 2021 in a pandemic that's been going on for a year. Like, what is happening? So yeah, I don't know. You can't think about it super hard. But I have a question for you guys.
Oh, sure.
Okay, this is my favorite question to ask people when we talk about aliens. But in the case that you made contact with aliens and they bestowed upon you and only you all of the information that exists about the universe and extraterrestrials. So, and you know it's true, like 100%. What would be your reaction here on Earth? Like, what would be your next steps, or how would you react to that if you didn't have any proof, but you just had all this information in your head that you know is for sure true?
Steve, you go first. Come on, Steve. You know you're a smarty.
So aliens came down.
No, just you could have just made contact with them. It doesn't necessarily be they have to come to Earth. Just like maybe they sucked you up, but they were like, Steve, we are bestowing upon you all of the information we know. We exist, like here it is, and you just get like this brain dump into your head, and then you are back on Earth in your current state.
So now I know everything about aliens and
the universe. Like, you know, all those questions, like, well, what is a black hole? Like, what is all this? What would you do?
What would I do with all that information? One, I would definitely come talk to you.
Yeah, there you go.
I think that's step one. I think step one for me would be, because you know me, I'm a man of the people. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I like to spread the knowledge, spread the joy, spread the love.
Spread it.
You know, let's spread that bad boy out. So I would find a way to convey that message. I would need to find the most convincing person in the world to help me spread that message and to bestow that knowledge on the rest. I wouldn't be able to see. That's where I just don't think I'm applicable for this question, because I feel like aliens are a little bit more secretive, and they wouldn't want me. Hey, we got a person in here, and they would want me to. They wouldn't want me to be quiet. They would want me to be quiet about this, and I wouldn't be able to. I'd sing that from the mountain. Guess what the fuck I know? I know everything. Damn it! Universe, aliens, it's all me. Come to me.
What's up, Jake?
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on, man? Hey, you have some headphones?
Hold on one second.
Go ahead, man. All right, but that was actually a pretty good response, and I guess what my response would be to I don't know. I'm not gonna lie to you, and I don't know if it makes any sense. I don't know if it makes any sense. I don't know if it makes me a bad person, but I kind of like what oh, wait a minute. Okay. The first half of Natalie's comment spoke to me, but the second half, this is a troll. I would keep my mouth shut. I ain't no snitch. But the first part, I would keep my mouth shut. I think it's because, like, I mean, that's just so much information and whatnot. So, I mean, you have all that information, so it's like, I don't know. Would it really be able to change? I mean, as far as anyone's concerned, you could just be like a random homeless person on the side of the street, you know, just talking shit. You know, it wouldn't really depend. Like, if you had all this knowledge, I mean, the humanitarian, I guess, would take over and say, yeah, I want to fix things. I want to try to fix things. I want to change things. But I mean, it's no man is an island, as they say. So
what does that mean? Who says that?
No man is an island. no man is an island. Basically saying that, like, I mean, you can only one person can do a lot, but they can only do so much because it kind of takes a group effort.
It takes a village.
It takes yeah, I guess you could say it takes a village. I guess you could say, but I mean, yeah, that's I think initially I would keep my mouth shut and just kind of ponder on it. Kind of like I guess you maybe say like a Buddhist monk. I don't know, maybe that. But I mean, since we have Jake in here, shout out to Jake. Jake, I don't know if you need Tori to reiterate the question, but what would you do with all that knowledge?
What knowledge?
All right, Tori, break it down for Jake again.
Okay, so what would you do, or what would be your next steps in this scenario where you make contact with aliens and they bestow upon you all of the information that you could want to know about the universe, and they confirm like all the questions that you could have. So for me, it'd be like, one, you guys are real, like how many of you are out there, etc. But you get all that information, and then you're back on Earth in your current position. What would be your next steps, or how would you go forward with that information?
Oh man. Okay. I feel like number one, I don't know how they would think in order to translate it to me, number one. So like I don't know if like my brain would ever be able to like hold all of that, you know what I mean? And then maintain like life as I knew it before with everything that I know now. And then like even if like they knew, even if I learned like what their technology was and like how they operated, like would I be able to find the same materials that they used on this planet as they have on their planet? And like so a lot of questions would go through my mind, but if everything was answered, I don't know, I feel like my brain would just explode. I feel like I would just explode. I would just cease to be, or I go comatose, like one of those two. Like that's where I would be.
I mean, that makes so much sense. That's where I would go to, but I would write it all down in a book first, so then I could sell that shit for money. And it would probably be like, they think I'm crazy, but eventually they'd be like, holy shit, she was right.
Well, it's funny that
Just
you
as a
say that.
backup.
It's funny that you say that because Natalie actually said, "I'd use that information to my advantage and make people pay me for it."
Write it down, baby.
And Cody Drake also says, "Lose the shirt, Jake. It's the first timers rule."
No. I think
He's
it's
been
like
on the
trying to
show
do this
before.
someone tried to do this to Steve before. I know how to do. Is this the same guy?
Let's see here. Let's see. Okay. The answer to that is easy. World domination. What else? Okay.
Hold on, guys. My head's itchy. Wait, this way.
There you go. Hey, come my ear too. Get behind the ear.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there. No, the other ear. There you go. No,
there we go.
You're
There we go.
the other ear.
You almost like
Other
tickling
ear.
his
Steven,
chin.
I'm itchy. It itches.
All right. Well, this is
What are you
getting awkward.
doing?
There we go. There we go. I got you.
That's
fun. That's fucking fun.
Oh, that's badass. Let's see. What else? What other questions and comments we got in here? Oh, actually, Jesus actually sent yet another voice message here. Which, if anyone else wants to send some more voice messages, please do that. That's great. I appreciate it. All right, let's see what Jesus has to say here.
Okay, guys, if you had one question and one question only, what would you ask an alien?
Okay, one question only to ask an alien. Jake, you're first.
Oh Jesus, one question only. I shouldn't go first.
All right, Tori.
I'll go first.
All right, Steve will go first. Okay.
I'll go first. I'll be the primer for this. I would look the aliens in their faces, and I would say, "What the fuck?" And I would put it back on them. You know, you're only giving me one question, and you expect me to have all this like mapped out and be like, "Oh, I'm so ready for this." No, what the fuck? That's bullshit. You know, you're hiding. You're out here hiding for all this time. You choose me of everyone. You expect one comprehensive and cohesive question in this atmosphere in outer space. Like, what the fuck? This is bullshit. You know what I mean? You'll get a question and there'll be some opinions behind it. I don't give a shit. I'm already far away from home. I don't even know how to get home anymore.
Oh, that'd be a good one. How do I get home?
Ask Elon Musk for a spaceship.
That's right. I'm actually kind of a little disappointed, Steve. I thought I had assumed what your answer or what your question would be to the aliens. Do you know what that question is?
Are you subscribed to Sweats?
Yeah. I was expecting
that.
Yeah. That's a serious question. Okay, I can respect it. All right, Tori, you're next. What is the? Or here, we'll play Jesus' message.
I'm re-upping on my M&M intake. Sorry.
Oh no, go ahead. I totally understand. M&Ms.
Okay. Are you playing it?
Okay, guys, if you had one question and one question only, what would you ask an alien?
That's the question.
I would probably ask like, how do we get to the point where you are at? Or how do we make contact forever?
Yeah, that's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good and constructive. I like that one. Absolutely. Jake, are you ready now? What would you ask? Here, why don't we play that again? He's such a good voice.
Okay, guys, if you had one question and one question only, what would you ask an alien?
Yeah, I'd ask them when they dropped Jesus off and if they're ever coming back for him.
Damn, that's a good, fine question. Oh
So
my
that's
god.
what are you asking him?
All right, here. One more time.
Okay, guys, if you had one question and one question only, what would you ask an alien?
I feel like he was being a little extra when he was recording this message, but it's okay. What would I ask them? I would ask them, what do you see when you look into my eyes? That's what I would ask him. And you know what? I fucking stumped their ass. They can have all the teleportation devices. They can have the fucking laser beams. They can have whatever the fuck they want. They can have fucking interstellar travel, but they don't have the fucking sweats glasses, so they ain't shit. Hell yeah. Let's go. All right. I'm not looking at swole today. It's okay though, you know.
You'd be asking no questions, just be flexing on aliens.
Oh, that's right. And they'd be stupefied. They'd be asking me, show us these ways, show us these technologies. They'd be like, no, pay me, bitch. Oh, that's badass. All right, let's see here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hell yeah, it's been badass.
I think did we start off the show by saying this would probably be our most fun episode?
Yeah, we did. We did say that.
I think Tori, you've definitely lived up to that moniker. Is that moniker?
That is right.
I don't think it's the right word.
Oh yeah.
So this has been one of my favorite episodes.
Okay, well, I'm going to start trolling you guys going forward. So I'm just going to pop in every time I have a new alien thought on Wednesdays and troll you with my thoughts. And then you have to ask whoever you're interviewing that day some stuff about aliens. So mine goes on forever.
I wanted to say that Tori, your mom actually left a comment on the video.
God.
She left it on the wrong video though. She left it on episode number 10. She left it on the Thunderbolt episode, Steve.
Oh gosh, not Thunderbolt.
She says Tori was hashed. Loved Tori's mom. That's right. I don't know. I'm pretty sure we did this before. Let's drop some L's for Tori's mom, Laura, in the chat, please. Let's get that going. Jake,
did she say it was hatched, like hatched from an egg?
Yeah, she said you were a hatchling. A hatchling.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. I'll take it up with her.
Okay, Jake, did you have any questions for Tori or any other kind of like thoughts or opinions?
Yeah, just like an open question. Have you guys ever? This is open for everybody, but have you ever seen the video called Powers of 10?
No,
I have not. I don't think so. Let's look it up. I'm gonna share my screen here. Let's go look it up. What it tell us what it's about, Jake?
It's about scale.
Oh shit.
Scale.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about the size of everything.
All right.
Did you guys ever, like in science class when you were younger, watch a video? Oh, I guess it was like that, where it starts off really small and then it gets really big and it makes you want to throw up because you realize how small we are.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what that is. And it just zooms out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's see.
Click on it. This is like the best video ever. I think about this video so many times and never knew the name for it.
Okay,
Steve,
so let me just tell you something. This is the way I dream, and I'm not being funny. I'm not being anything like that. This is the way that I have a reoccurring dream all the time, and I don't know how to describe it until I saw that little half-second clip where it's just like things are constantly moving in my mind. I'm surprised. I'm happy that my brother isn't here. But when I was like 5 or 6, I used to just talk about being an alien, and he says that I would give such vivid expressions. And then I remember telling him, like, this is how I dream. And then he would tell me, like, that's because when you were 6, you said that aliens abducted you. It was weird.
Damn, I think he might have had some foreknowledge. Might have some foreknowledge into your origin, Steve. You might want to look into that. That's what you can do.
Steve astral projects. Steve
Oh,
astral projects,
shit.
and he doesn't
Oh,
have
yeah.
control of it.
That's how he gets all those shower thoughts, man. That's how he gets all the shower thoughts. He's in the shower, and it's like from that scene from Doctor Strange. Whenever his soul, his astral buddy shoots out his body. That's what he does when he's in the shower. You gotta videotape that. Like, of course. Like,
I don't want to videotape myself in the shower. I do not want to videotape myself in the shower.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay?
This is the thought, you know. But okay, we have the powers of 10 here.
Do that totally normal thing where you shower with all your clothes on.
Oh yeah, that's definitely something aliens don't do. All right, okay, but we have the powers of 10 here video, and we're gonna take a look at it here. Let's see. Let's take a look. Let me know if you guys can hear the audio as well. Okay, skipping this. All right.
Our picture will center on the picnickers, even after they've been lost to sight. 100 meters wide. The distance a man can run in 10 seconds. Cars crowd the highway. Powerboats lie at their docks. The colorful bleachers are Soldiers Field.
Damn.
This square is a kilometer wide, 1,000 meters. The distance a racing car can travel in 10 seconds. We see the great city on the lake shore. 10 to the 4th meters, 10 kilometers. The distance a supersonic airplane can travel in 10 seconds. We see first the downwind end of Lake Michigan.
Not to,
then the whole
this is bad, but there's a more up-to-date one.
Oh shit!
Where there's
The
not a guy
1977?
talking. Yeah, where there's not a guy talking through the whole thing and kind of just like,
Let's see.
I don't know.
Let me see it. Let me know which one if you see it.
I'm guessing it's that one that looks more cosmic. Yeah.
Let's see here. Powers of 10, ladies and gentlemen.
Since
this is it.
Big place, we could
Damn,
easily
she's
get
busting
lost.
it down.
So we'll need signs to give us a sense of scale. The acrobat's
there it goes.
is 1 meter wide.
Is that Morgan Freeman?
The crowd is 10 times
Yes,
wider.
it is.
Yeah, that's better.
Larger by 1 power of 10.
Yeah, get it. That's badass.
Now, with every step, every ring, we travel 10 times farther from Venice.
Is that Venice?
And our view of the universe
is
10 times wider. The 100-meter ring surrounds St. Mark's, and 1,000 meters, 1 kilometer, the city center. As our speed increases, 4 steps, 4 powers of 10, reveal all the islands of Venice, the Adriatic Sea, and the mainland of northern Italy. 6 steps take in Europe from central Germany across Italy to the Balkans.
6 steps of what?
Powers of 10.
Yeah.
So it starts off at 1 meter, and then it goes times 10 to 10, and then it goes times 10 to 100, times 10 to 1,000, and so on and so forth until you're this far, and then it keeps going.
And going. God, go
So if you fast forward, like, go to like minute 3, and we'll see how far it is from Earth.
So you've seen this
But
before,
it's like the
haven't you,
type of.
Tori?
Oh yeah, this is the type of stuff that makes me want to like throw up because you're like, this is like we're so little.
Okay, let's see here. Number 3. I mean, minute 3.
The stars.
You're a light year away, yeah.
5 light years away. The same journey at the speed of today's spacecraft would last 100,000 years.
Amazing.
As we cross the perpetual night,
Is it?
Our voyage takes us up and out of our sun's neighborhood, near the edge of a great pinwheel of stars.
I guess what I get out of this is if you keep going, you're gonna get very far. Shower thoughts.
Yeah.
Right? Like if you just keep going, you're gonna go very, very far, you know?
It's just like, is it still expanding is the question, right? Is the universe still expanding from the Big Bang?
Damn. I want to keep watching. Let's see. Take us to this wild journey.
So that should be our galaxy, right? That's the Milky Way galaxy.
The galaxy. Humankind. And the adventure.
The Milky Way is actually a spiral galaxy, and our own sun is just one of 100 billion stars in it. At this immense scale, 23 powers of 10, each shining light we see is not a star, but an entire galaxy, composed of countless stars.
Like,
Astronomers
we are so
discovered that
small.
the galaxies are flying
Yeah, fuck yeah.
away from one another. The universe.
I think this shows the Neil deGrasse Tyson thing you guys were talking about earlier too, where he's like, just statistically, you have to assume that there's another life form out there, because looking at all the planets we've just seen and like things, like how could there not be another life form out there? We would be so lonely. I mean, we are lonely, but that's different. But like, right? There's got to be something else out there. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's right.
Steve, you were bringing up the Fermi's paradox earlier, right? Isn't that what that's about?
Yeah, is that you're either alone or we're not, and either one is equally as terrifying.
Yeah.
Damn.
And like, go ahead.
I just don't know what to do with that. Now that I have that information, I don't know what to do with it. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to do anything with it. I'm going to block it out of my head, and I'm going to say, I'm here for another best case scenario, 15 to our worst case scenario, 15 years, best case scenario, 50 more years. I'm not leaving this earth. I could barely jump at 35 years old anymore. Okay? So there's no way that my big ass is going to be leaving this earth. So I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to moderate my Chick-fil-A sandwiches.
That's right.
And I'm going to eat a couple more greens so I can try to make it to that 50. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I'm not LeBron James, 35 years old. I'm Steve Real. I'm more like a washed up fighter at 35 years old. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just happening.
Jeremiah says it's the sense of scale, though, Steve. Not just going far away, though. Do you understand where he's coming from? Because you're saying like, so basically, we're going far away. There you go, Jeremiah. Yeah, Jeremiah. Yeah, you know, this guy.
I don't disagree with Jeremiah very much. I can't put myself in that position where I start to think to like, what happens if we go that far? Because then I'm lost. You know what I mean? My whole day's ruined. You know, like I'm just sitting there and I'm like, what? Like, here's a question. Listen, can I get the full screen?
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
This is why I don't think about things like this. Because for 2 years of my life, I thought about how the turtle got its shell. And I wasted 2 years thinking about that. How did a fucking turtle get its shell? You guys want to sit here and talk about, you know, aliens and going very far and 10 by 10 by 10 by 10 by 10 by 19, and all of a sudden we're outside of the galaxy, but you guys don't even want to think about how did the turtle get its fucking shell? You guys are selfish, man. I'm telling you right now. You know, you should probably unsubscribe to Sweats.
No, you shouldn't. No.
And what, Jake, did you give the dislike? Who gave the dislike?
No. Come on.
Elon Musk.
I would say to that, you think like there's I see what you're saying, that there's really no practical use for this knowledge, right?
Yeah.
In your daily life, right?
Yeah.
But I would push back on that and just say the idea that we are this small should increase your humility in the universe, so that the way that you interact with people around you comes from a more empathetic and understanding, like we only have so much time, you know. Maybe that's as far as it can go.
I can't disagree with that. You've given me an argument that I cannot refute or rebut. Is it rebut or rebuttal? I don't know. Rebuke. There we go. Thank you, Tori.
You're welcome.
It sounds right.
Well, Jesus was saying the same way how you got your hair, Steve. About that. What do you think about that, Steve?
I guess he solved two. I guess I should have met him when I was like 25. He would have solved my whole life. I mean, from 25 to 27, I sat there, and this there's a book we threw. I was working at Pepsi at the time, and we threw someone a baby shower, and they got the girl a book, and it said, "How did the turtle get its shell?" And I sat there and I looked at the book and I said, I really want to read this thing because I need to figure out how this turtle got its shell. But then I felt weird about buying a children's book at 25 years old. I didn't buy the damn thing. So I just sat there wondering, how the fuck did the turtle get its shell? That's a real thing in my life.
Natalie says it was born in a shell.
No, it didn't. Oh, no, it didn't.
Why not?
It's a theory. It's a process of evolution. Okay.
Oh,
that's what it is. It's a process of evolution. Didn't start off with a shell. It didn't come out of its. Listen, Tori, I'm so sorry. Did not come out of its mother with a shell intact. Okay. Go YouTube turtles being born. There's not a hard shell on it. Okay. Let's just put it like that.
Okay.
I'm a gentleman. I don't like to talk. Yeah, I'm a gentleman. I don't talk about this stuff around people. It's weird.
You know what? I always wondered, Steve, where does everyone talks about the caterpillar becoming the butterfly, right? And everyone's like, oh, it comes into a cocoon, it becomes a butterfly. Where does the caterpillar come from?
Don't fuck with me. Anybody who watches this back, you literally saw me think like that. Like, yeah, that was me thinking, like, where does the caterpillar come from? I'm not coming to work tomorrow. My whole life is fucked up.
Let's see here.
Oh god.
Natalie's in the uproar. She's saying, "No, you just have to Google it. Just have to Google it." Let's see here. So I like this video. I'm gonna go back later and watch it all later on my own time. Jesus has one more question that he sent through our anchor page. We'll go ahead and look at that, and then we'll kind of slowly begin to wind down the show a little bit here. So if you have any other questions for Tori or anybody else here, be sure to drop them now so we can read them off. Let me pull up the anchor page.
Jake, what do you think about the new background?
That's right.
I love it. I was wondering like where you were. I'm like, you're just in the void out there. I thought it was for like a special because like you're in the void of space because this is about space. So you're gonna stick with this for everything, and it blends like your guys' faces. It's you got a green screen?
I got a green screen. I got a green screen. You like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah. So we're doing it over here, Jake. We're really investing in the show. Did I tell you that I'm talking to Tom Brady's people? This is true. I promise this. I'm talking to Tom Brady's people. I'm trying to get him on the show, even if it's only for like 5 minutes.
That's badass, man. It really is.
I while I can't figure out where the caterpillar came from, I figured out how to get a hold of Tom Brady and his people. I figured out the agency that represents him. And good night, Kathy. And I have reached out to see how much it is to get Tom Brady on the podcast for about 5 to 15 minutes. I have a number in my head. If I can afford it, we will do it. If not, we're going to be doing 50-50 raffles. We're going to be fucking begging. We're going to do that shit. Okay.
All right. Let me share my screen here, for Jesus's question. Jesus, very inquisitive tonight. Very inquisitive. I don't think I've ever seen him quite talk as much as he has tonight. But let's see. What's his question here?
This question's for Steve. Between getting B-hole probed or PP hole probed.
All right, I think this is where we start to wind it down. All right, I think this is where we start.
Why do you put it that way?
All right, wonderful, great show.
Well, Tori, I think the only way to end this or kind of round out the episode is to kind of give your last few statements as to what you would say to all these questions, the mystery of the universe, and what they mean to us as humanity, mankind. What does it all mean, and how are we gonna get through this thing? Make me feel good, because sometimes I need to be made felt good. Sometimes I get scared, and I need help.
Yeah, I don't know if I can offer that, unfortunately. Yeah, Steve's mind when we went through that video is how my mind goes half the time, and then I realized that you're going to go into a pretty nasty, paralyzing place if you keep thinking about it. So I would say just enjoy today and be nice to people, and hopefully thinking about aliens and all of that makes you just more appreciative of the life we have right now. I know it's a pandemic and it's pretty shitty, but as long as you have good people around you, I think you can make it through. And yeah, just keep looking at alien stuff. It'll make you at least think a lot, and it's interesting. At least it's interesting to me. And then you can just ask me questions and we can have really weird conversations, because I'll entertain most questions. So yeah.
That was wonderful. Thank you, Tori. I do
Yeah.
feel a little bit better now. I feel like I can breathe. Thank you for that. Steve, were you gonna say something?
Yeah, so Tori, again, thank you for being on the show. Really appreciate you coming on. One of my favorite shows. Definitely one of the more fun guests that we've had.
Absolutely.
And we've had a lot of fun guests, so that speaks very highly. I did put the Hunt for Skinwalker: Science Confronts the Unexplained at Remote Ranch in, I don't know that last word, in Utah. I put that in the chat for everyone to kind of catch up with you. And then I also put General People of Bob Lazar, the Joe Rogan podcast, and the YouTube channel, Chad Underwood, his TikTok video, for everyone to do their homework. So maybe next time you come on the show and talk to us about when aliens actually exist, people can keep up with you in the conversations that we're having.
By the way,
and I'll let you know if the government ever comes and knocks on my door and tells me to shut up.
Knock on wood. Knock on wood. But by the way, Natalie, if you're out in Utah and you live in Skinwalker Ranch, get us some firsthand footage, if you will, and send it to my email. Definitely would appreciate that. Jake, do you have anything? Do you have any like final statements? What would you say to humanity in the face of all this uncertainty?
Good luck.
Good luck. Yeah,
good luck.
What about you, Steve? What would you say?
Uncertainty about what?
The uncertainty of the universe and life itself.
Listen, let me just tell you something. To everyone out there, I get the fact that there tends to be a certain deal of uncertainty, anxiety, but those are people who aren't subscribed to Sweats and who aren't watching the Sweats and Steve show. Here on the Sweats and Steve show, we're kicking reality to you.
We're kicking you in the butt.
Yeah, we're kicking reality to you, and I want to point that out, that our viewers, our subscribers, people who like, share, and subscribe and follow and all that other stuff, they don't deal with that. We also have a Twitter account. It costs us nothing to do. We're tweeting at people. I'm reaching out to Tom Brady. I'm so far out of my league with this show right now. But you know what? At some point, something's going to happen, and somebody will come in here. I haven't given up on Hannibal Buress. Haven't given up on certain people. I'm just, doubling down here, and I'm trying to make it happen for the show. So just fucking like, share, and subscribe. I don't know who the hell disliked this show, but that put me into a tizzy, and yeah, it is what it is. I think aliens are real, but I don't think they're more advanced than us. And Jesus Judas, Caesar Brutus. It is what it is.
I'll thank you for that, Steve. I appreciate that.
Yep.
And let's see here. I'm gonna keep I'll look up some more alien music that I had before. Me going into YouTube, type in alien music, no copyright as well. Just for my little my send off.
Can you get me off the full screen?
Oh, sure, absolutely. I just figured that you want to show up the background and
yeah, for sure. Here, let me do one of these guys.
All right, there you go. Hey, can you scratch my ear again? I'm itchy. My ear's itchy.
I went the wrong way. Do you want to talk about the next show real quick? Did I get lost, or did he get lost? Is he
I
frozen?
think he's frozen, but that's
Oh,
a really
no.
funny frozen.
Oh my god, that's so scary. He's frozen. Okay, so so I guess I'll have to step up here because it is me on the other side of it. I'm the B side of this. So next show that we have, he's coming back. I see him coming back.
Okay, all right.
Here we are.
I'm back. I don't know what the hell happened.
You want to talk about the next show 2 weeks from now?
It's the alien, yeah. It was the aliens.
Yeah.
They're doing it. Let me give my little monologue. Ladies and gentlemen, do not fear the unknown. Embrace that fear, and the truth will be shown. For in time, you will let the truth abide. And the rest of the other bullshit, that shit's gonna have to slide. So I am Sweats. I've seen the dimensions. I have seen the aliens too. And one thing that I can say for a fact that is true is that here on the Sweats and Steve show, we go where no men or women go. And I just want to make sure that you know that I mean that faux show. Not our sponsor. We don't need one. Never asked for one, but that's okay. Cause I stare the universe in the eyes, and I say, shut the fuck up. I'm speaking. So you listen to me now, see, cause I know your tricks. I know when you're bluffing. See, I know when you don't have the ace of spades. See, you best back BTFO, because I also have the light, the hat of truth. God. And then there it goes. It's just there it goes. It goes. The aliens of the universe, they go that way, you know, they run away from me. And he dug down.
I got kicked. I don't know what happened.
I did what I did. I was bringing in those ultra rays, Steve. You missed it.
I did. I could. I'll definitely watch it on the playback. I'm looking forward to it.
But yes. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode number 27 of the Sweats and Steve show. Thank you so much, Tori, for coming on.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Absolutely. And can we get one more round of teas for Tori in the chat, please? You've been an amazing guest, so much fun. And we're just gonna take this time just to show you guys what we have coming up next, and maybe this will interest you as well, Tori. But the next episode that we have planned for you is gonna be a very special episode as well. We're gonna bring on a new guest. Let's see here. We got some T's for you. Willie Beeman drops a T. Steve T. Mickey T. Jeremiah T. Jake T. Call T. Matthew T. They love you, Tori. There you go. There you go. But yes, not next week, but the next week on March 24th, we will be featuring on call an evening with a mortician featuring Mr. Ben Schmidt, host of the Funeral Science podcast, and also my teacher, one of my teachers from school. So that's gonna be an interesting episode. And what we want you to do is we want you to make like Jesus, and any questions that you guys have or want, and you want to be featured on the podcast, but in a specific type of way, go to our Anchor page. Steve, can you pull up our Anchor page?
Yeah, I'm working on that right now.
Okay. You can go to our Anchor page and leave a voice message, and we will play those messages. And you can give them to us, or you could leave them for Mr. Schmidt. But this is gonna be a very fun episode, and you guys are not gonna want to miss it. So put in your calendars. Wednesday, March 24th at 8:30 p.m., same time as we started today. On Call, an evening with a mortician, featuring Ben Schmidt, host of the Funeral Science Podcast, and it's gonna be a great episode for sure. Let's see here. Anything else that we had to bring up? Anything else you have to add, Tori? Anything you want to plug? Nothing like that? Or the videos?
Nah, just watch Alien stuff. It's pretty fun. Thanks for having me, guys.
Absolutely. So this is the page where you could go to anchor.fm / what is it?
Anchor.fm / sweats.
Okay, yeah, it's also in the link in the description. And mods, if you could real quick, drop it in the chat for Facebook and YT. Yeah, you can leave us a voice message by hitting that little doohickey mababra up there, and yeah, we'll play on the next episode. So yeah, that's what's coming up, and I look forward to hearing some of your responses. And we will have a raffle at some point in the next couple episodes, and we have to start thinking about which cameo we're gonna get.
Thanks for coming on the show, Tori.
Oh yeah, of course, absolutely. There you
Thanks,
go.
guys.
Absolutely. There you go. Do that again. So
Yep.
powerful.
Well, hold on. I'm sorry. I thought I was still sharing.
Sure.
I wanted to show everyone. How easy it is for you to leave a message on here.
Yes, please.
So I'm going to do that again. Thanks for coming on the show, Tori.
Okay, let's see.
Send that message. I guess you have to sign up. I gotta do sign up on there. You know what it is. You could sign up. It's okay. You guys can sign up. So, but yeah, it's that simple to just leave a voice message.
Well, there you go. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys had fun tonight. Thank you all for all the likes, shares, and everything, and for being so active in the chat. But yeah, I appreciate you guys, and thank you again, Tori, for coming on. You're more than welcome to come on again in sometime in the future. That'd be fun as hell, actually. But yeah, that does it for us. This has been episode number 27 of the Sweats and Steve Show. Extraterrestrials, is anybody out there? We will see you guys. Well, I'm probably gonna be doing a track breakdown the next couple days, maybe Friday night. Gonna be gaming again on Sunday night, so stay tuned for that. Don't forget to put in your calendars Wednesday, March 24th, on call an evening with the mortician. That's gonna be the next episode of the Sweats and Steve Show. Also, if you're not following us on Spotify, maybe you should do that. I wish I could bring that up right now, but I don't really feel like looking it up. But keep posted to my stories and stuff like that. You can drop us a follow on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, wherever you're watching from. That's also cool too. You can watch us or listen to it in audio only format. But yeah, that's about it. We will see you guys and talk to you guys later. Have a wonderful night. And as always, shishakada. Bye, guys.